Hello, 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 everybody. I am your androgynous android late night DJ Caster.
And I am your amazing agender avian co-host, Ravi the Owl.
And this is
brought up your little UI for solidarity with me, who actually left mine open. That's so sweet.
It's a side effect of it being a mouse over thing. Whoops.
I see.
Yeah. Goodbye. Hopefully I can. Yeah, there we go. Fixed it. Yeah. How you doing, Rafi? You good?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I think I'm not coming in with the highest energy I possibly could, but you know what can fix that? It is currently a whole 17 Celsius over here, though I am seeing an alert of some kind on the weather, though now it's not saying what it is.
Is it actually, like, warmer and sunnier for reals now on your end? Amazing.
Yeah. And so I'm... Fresh breeze going to come in and energize me. I'm taking off the blanket I was wearing. I may be chilled to the bone from my hubris, but I think it will give me power. How are you doing, my
I'm
lovely
doing all
Casper?
right, thank you. It is also warmer here, which is really nice. The entire workday, I've been listening to people slowly saw down the tree in the road up front. Which it needed doing. That tree was very obnoxious, but I was like, oh, I can't think. Wow, that's loud. But they're gone, but the place is still nice and warm from the sun. And so I'm ready to go and settle into a story where everybody is underground and sad.
That's right, Undertale. Man, someone in chat made that joke last time, and that's very good. Right, we're going to be getting into Chapter 5. Do you want to have any information you want to give as a recap for those who didn't make it last time?
Yeah. I'm going to need to remind myself of the names of the characters, unfortunately.
Yes.
But the
bat is named Max.
Yes, the femme
the one I
fatale
got.
is Max. That's right. We play as not Chris, something similar. And they are a non-binary, big-horned private eye with a pork pie hat, because all detectives have to have a pork pie hat. Everybody here is a kaiju and has experienced the overground world with humanity. And after a war between kaijus and humans, all the kaijus moved underground, but there was some kind of like psychic resonance that occurred after they encountered humanity. So now they are living as humans do in the depths. So they have carved out these gigantic like city structures out of stone from the rock directly, and have dive bars and politics and things like that, and they're all quite annoyed about the fact that they now adhere to human ideas.
Like gender.
Oh yes, they were all kind of like, it was so much easier when we didn't have gender to consider. The idea of having to trans our gender was a thing that we didn't have to think about at any point, and now we do. Well, we still do it, but also which is a very interesting thought. We were given a mission by somebody named Max. She is the femme fatale of this story. She's green. She has a big unicorn horn and bat wings.
I would say has a big unit. What do they mean by this?
We don't know. Maybe. I don't think this game is explicit. All the people in the comments on Itch were like, could there be fucking maybe?
Yeah. Hey, XD, I'd really love a sequel where perhaps there are some adult scenarios, X3.
The phrase adult scenarios is so... There's no point being coquettish about it, right? Be direct about what you mean. Anyway.
Mature encounters.
Miss Gyat Kaiju was like, hey, There's this man who's blackmailing me. Please find them and say, hey, stop blackmailing her, you big meanie. And we go to him, and he is a messy drunk, drinking literally gasoline at this dive bar, and was like, no, not only am I not harassing her, she's lying about what she's doing. We confront her about it, and it turns out that she is essentially a jewel thief, Rouge the Bat style, where she...
Oh my god, she is a fucking bat even.
Yeah.
Good.
Where she and two others, including the drunkard at the bar, were trying to steal like this ruby idol that is super important to like religious significance for the kaiju, and then fence it for buku bucks, which is stealing something so culturally important feels like a thing you wouldn't be able to fence, but hey, goodness, they tried.
Maybe the humans will buy it. Who knows?
For their sins, one of those three died in the process, who was holding onto the idol, so now the idol is missing. We've promised to go and find the idol in exchange for getting a lot of money as a result of it. Then we spoke to, I guess, what would be the settings equivalent of a hot old guy, who was part way between like a kraken and perfect chaos. And he's like, yes, it was my dream to own this incredibly expensive idol. So glad you're helping. Somebody died during this, you say? Well, that's too bad, I guess. Hop to it, friend. He was nicer about it, but I do not know if I trust this man.
There are many. I guess this is certainly classic noir. We don't know who to trust. Also, we have a little side quest for the bartender who has a missing person, their sister, who transitioned, and we basically have literally no information to go off of aside from how long they have not, how long it's been since they've seen each other.
Yeah, the bartender went off to war, and she transitioned while he was away, so doesn't know what she looks like now. Ostensibly, she has two heads, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, we assume she has two heads, as her brother also does, but perhaps she'll be elucidated as the plot continues. It would be quite funny if there were gendered associations with head count, and
oh, sure.
So winnowing oneself down to a single head was a form of gender-affirming therapy. Let's see. I think I was doing the narrator. I feel like I've got something going on in my beak. Okay. When you open the door to your office, the next night, Alex is sitting at his desk, grinning excitedly.
Carrie. There we go.
The voice was roughly down here and slightly cockney. You look very proud of yourself. Where's you so excited?
The chair.
Ha! True! That's fun, getting it on sprite. He puts his hands on the arms of his chair and swivels.
A swivel chair? Where under Zilla's glowing balls did you get hold of a swivel chair? I'll hold your scaly ass.
It's the newest thing. Something about old human industrial equipment. I think this thing started life as a crane for shipping containers. You stand there in stunned silence as you watch Alex swivel a full 360, the chair under him groaning mechanically.
This may be the greatest technological achievement ever. You deserve nothing less.
Thanks, Carrie. I'll never ask for anything ever again.
Cost that much, did it?
It swivels, Carrie. It fucking swivels! You can't help but laugh at Alex's amusement. It's been too long since you saw him so happy.
Well, when you're done swiveling, I've got some news about the case.
Good news or bad news?
Well, that depends on how much you like having me around.
You tell Alex about the meeting with Xander. His grin fades to a smile, then to a frown.
And that's the whole thing. Maxora is off the hook. We've a knob who probably has the rock and isn't afraid to knock off anyone who gets in the way. As well as an old street monster who's happy to pay a bundle for the rock if we manage to get our paws on it.
You aren't going, are you?
Of course I am. I've been paid to get this damn statue, so I'm gonna get it. You've known me for how long, Alex? How many times have I quit halfway through a job?
Alex starts counting on his claws. That divorce case last year,
Conflict of interest.
the lost pet case 6 months ago.
You know I'm allergic to those things. My ears kept coming out in a rash.
That thing you and Carla Zora never talk about.
We... Don't talk about that.
One time you had that cramp that just wouldn't go away, so you told me to...
Okay. Damn, you're persistent.
That's why you hired me.
You want the truth? I'm tired of not being able to pay you. I'm tired of barely being able to cover the rent of this place or putting food on the table. If this case comes to term, we have that. We never have to worry about money again. Imagine being able to pick cases we wanted to follow, not because we have to.
We have the money Maxora gave us. That should cover us for a few weeks.
And then what? Could we get another lost lizard dog before the repo squad turns up to take your chair?
It's just a chair. We'll survive. We'll survive, Carrie. We always do.
I don't want us to just survive. You deserve more than that.
We both do. So this isn't all about you having a thing for Maxora? You start counting on your claws.
First, she drugged me. Second, I'm not really attracted to anyone these days. Oh yeah, they're like Arrow Ace or something like that, right?
Something like that.
Or the last relationship they had was with somebody who was aromantic or asexual, and they were like, I just really needed that in the time of my life right now. So interesting.
I think maybe Ace, not sure about Arrow Ace.
First, she drugged me. Second, I'm not really attracted to anyone these days. Third, she drugged me. And fourth, I don't take clients.
You dated Carla Zora.
She wasn't my client at the time. She also didn't try to drug me. She did dangle me out of a third-story window, but that was entirely consensual.
Alex laughs. Whatever you say, boss. There's nothing I can do to call you off this one, is there?
Not this time. Got to see it through and hope I make it to the end credits.
Oh yeah, because we're film noir coded. We made that option at the start.
You're the densest kaiju I know. But I have your back no matter what. We're partners.
Appreciated. But hopefully unnecessary.
Before you throw yourself into the Leviathan's den, I wanted to talk to you about something. Alex dangles the pendant sketch from a claw. I think I remembered where I saw this before.
Oh, you did? Well, don't keep me hanging. Would be nice to close off that case so we don't have that looming over us too.
I can't say yet. Not until I'm sure. My memory is good, but it was only one glimpse.
So, what do we do about it? It's not exactly subtle to ask someone if they happen to have a long-lost brother and would they like to meet them.
And even when we do know for sure it's something we have to be careful handling. We both know how rough that sort of revelation can be. I'll let you know when I'm certain. Alex puts the sketch back on the desk. They'll sort it out, Carrie. If anyone can find just the wrong way to do this, it's you.
You're always so reassuring, Alex. I don't know what I'd do without you.
He shrugs and starts swiveling again. You'd probably be dead. Thanks for the chair. Really means a lot to me. You want to see me spin again?
It was, I think when we went to the hotel to speak with Max and they sat down on the hotel furniture, which isn't built for kaiju, even though it's the right size. So, like, there's nowhere for me to put my tail. This sucks. So I guess the idea of furniture that is actually built for the person sitting in it is actually quite novel.
Getting that tailbone gap. I'd also imagine there's just an element of, like, making something like weight bearing and articulated at that scale sounds pretty hard. That sounds like a real task. Onikogo's residence turns out to be a long walk from the office, through the ancient twisting streets of New Monstropolis. The address Xander directed you to is the Behemoth's Arm, within the internal ring of old stone mansions and offices that serve to house the aristocracy and political heart of the city. And until someone invents a car that can fit your average kaiju, gives you a long time to think, trudge through strata of the city, glow of Zilla's balls. Which, as a reminder, are the
artificial sun, as it were?
Yes, that's a good way of putting it.
Oh.
Ooh. What's your lucky number?
3rd? This really isn't where I saw myself when I started this gig. Never trust human films, they lie. I wonder if you can wind back and see if the other options do anything different.
You want me to do that now?
Yeah, because if this is built in like a Ren'Py, you could probably scroll wheel up and wind the text back a handful. Yeah. Try 2. Well, they are all different.
I had a feeling. Why don't we stick with this for now?
Sure.
Because I expect we'll go back to the other ones.
I swear if this idol turns out to be made of lead, I quit. Sure. Fair enough. I'm chasing after a shiny rock to clear the name of a dame out of what? Some sense of justice? There's no justice in this city. What the hell am I doing out here alone? Maybe I should have brought Alex along as backup. If I make it out of this alive, I'm taking a long holiday. Get out of the city for a few weeks. I hear the magma lakes are beautiful this time of year. What the fuck am I doing? I'm gonna get myself killed. That's if Onikogo decides to even see me.
You arrive at the address on the Xander's card and look up at the bulk of the Behemoth's Arms, the first apartment building in the city, by far gaudy. Showing the calling card to the stoic door monster gives you a curt nod and directions to the penthouse suite. The building is affluent enough to even have a kaiju-sized elevator, pulled no doubt by some underpaid slob on a treadmill. You can hear the chains rattle as the elevator rises ponderously to the top floor.
These knobs sure know how to live.
With a thud, the lift settles to a stop. A short hallway adorned with intricate carvings leads to a double door that probably costs more than everything you own combined. Even that chair. With an only slightly shaking claw, you lift the door knocker and bring it down sharply on the brass plate 3 times. Thud. 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 The sound bounces off the walls like echoes in a long-forgotten cave.
Ominous.
As the echo dies away, the door creaks open. A creature that could only be the butler looks down on you with utter contempt. Whatever you're selling, we don't want any. Madam is not at home to traveling preaching. Nor does she wish to adopt any orphans. Good evening.
Orphans?
They attempt to slam the door in a butlery way. You slide your foot in to block them.
I'm not here to sell or preach, but I do have business with Madame Onikogo. Tell her I'm a friend of an old friend.
You dangle the name card in front of the butler's face. They snatch it away, kicks your foot away, and slams the door.
Charming, these rich folk.
Several minutes pass before the butler opens the door again and beckons you in with a disgruntled wave. Issuing you into a well-lit and richly decorated sitting room, they indicate an ornately carved bench, banding you to the gilt and splendor. The view over the city is incredible, if that's what you're into. From here, it's just shades of gray vanishing into the distance.
Oh, Alex, what have I gotten into myself? Why have I gotten into myself is a different question. Oh, Alex, what have I gotten myself into this time?
Despite the room's primary aesthetic being something akin to a wealthy dragon's parlor, it lacks the crimson glint giant ruby statue.
So much for hoping that things would be easy.
Do you want to take on Ikoga?
Sure, of course. When you get to my age, detective, you learn that few things are truly easy.
Turning to face the figure in the doorway, you manage to avoid knocking over a priceless vase with your tail by a matter of inches. Oh, wow.
Jesus, big.
She stands in the doorway, tall for a city kaiju, her wingtips and horns nearly scraping the high ceiling.
Would I be right in guessing that you're Madam Onikogo? With observation skills like that, you must be a detective. Only as a profession. In my spare time, I collect stamps. Would you like to see my collection?
She scowls, massive teeth laid bare.
Impertinent too, I see. My butler said you're an acquaintance of Xandron. How is the old trilobite? They're fine. They send their warmest regards. Oh, I doubt they sent anything of the sort. Do you mind if I take a seat? It's a rather long walk from my office. By all means, sit wherever you please. Just please refrain from breaking anything.
You settle on a bench placed conveniently distant from anything fragile.
So, you know my name and I don't know yours, nor do I know why you're here. You will do me the service of amending this imbalance. Detective Karibara, I've been advised that you might be able to assist me in a case I'm working on. We don't get a lot of cats caught up trees or adulterous partners here, detective, so I don't know what I can help you with. That remains to be seen. How well do you know Xander?
She sits across from you in an ornate chair that seems carved specifically for her size, wings tucking neatly behind her. From a side table, she raises a crystal goblet and takes a sip.
Can I offer you a drink, detective? No, thank you. I'm a bit hesitant to accept drinks lately. As you wish. I've known Xander ever since they were a youth. Poor thing was living in the gutters, so I gave them a little work here and there. I must say, they have elevated themselves admirably, born to a terrible brood, but far from worthless. And when was the last time you talked?
Sipping slowly, Onikogo swirls her cup and looks down at you in judgment.
Many years ago, perhaps a century or more. We'd had rather the falling out over some trifling matter, and I felt it proper that we maintain some distance. Did it have anything to do with the idol?
She stiffens at the mention of the word.
Which idol would that be, Detective? I'm rather a collector of fine art. My family owns the largest museum in the city. We have several thousand idols, statues, and carvings. It's so hard to keep track of any one piece. And of course, it must be difficult to keep up when you own so much while others have so little. A real emotional strain, I'm sure.
You can see the corner of her mouth twitch in a snarl. Just for a moment.
The ideal I'm speaking of would be something you'd remember, though. Even one for so endowed as yourself.
Yeah, what's the text box cropping out?
Stares into the camera, being like, oh, you intrigue me, Detective. Please, describe this item that you believe so strongly I would remember. Big, red, kaiju shaped. Probably had some kind of prophecy taped to it. Would have been a recent acquisition.
Onikoko wraps her talons across the arm of the chair.
I may know of such an artifact, although, of course, my artistic acquisitions are not a public matter. Oh, of course they aren't. Perish the thought. What business would it be of yours, then? I wouldn't think such a thing would be of interest to a street sleuth. Are you an art collector too, Detective?
What do you think?
Interesting. So, I think lying would be something that we could do if we had any knowledge of like fine art, but I don't believe we do. So I think if we tell a lie, it will be seen through pretty fucking fast. So it may as well be direct. How do you feel about it?
I feel like this game so far has not been especially punishing in terms of like, you picked the stupid option, get fucked. So I would imagine, I think that's possible, but I think worst case scenario, I would imagine it would give us the chance to figure out what the lie is. But I do think, I don't know if I necessarily see a big advantage to lying. So
yeah, let's be forthwith. Not so much. My partner collects industrial equipment. I'm too handled to delicate to clumsy the delicate stuff. Not so much. My partner collects industrial equipment. I'm too clumsy to handle the delicate stuff. Oh, is that so? Unfortunately, can't seem to stop myself from stumbling across things I shouldn't. Tend to make a bit of a mess. If you stumbled across my threshold in order to make such a mess, you'd best stumble your way out again. Oh, don't you worry. The only stumbling I tend to do is on course to find a rather large ruby statue of the antique variety. I thought you weren't a collector, Detective. I'm not, but I've got a case that has me searching for such an artifact. I know they entered the city some time ago via a courier who shall remain deceased. A tragedy, I'm sure. No doubt it was for them. This is a rough city, especially for those without the right connections. This ruby has a rather hefty price tag attached, one which any kaiju would kill for. I'm sure it has been over the millennia. Shiny stones often do attract the more aggressive manner of attention. That's hard to dispute. So, now we have a priceless giant ruby somewhere in the sea, a retainer in my pocket to locate it, and several kaiju bodies laying in its wake. And why would you come to me, detective? Because our mutual acquaintance tells me you're one of the few kaiju who knows the story, and has the means to write the next chapter. And your part in this narrative? I am but a simple bit player in all of this Onakogo, a useful MacGuffin to drive the plot to a satisfactory conclusion, he says, taking a dramatic bow. Remember when I spoke about not wasting my time? Am I doing it now? You are. You speak like you've seen far too many human films. There's a nice theatre down on Splinter Street that plays the classics every weekend. That explains much about you, detective. Now, how about you tell me what you want before I lose my patience? So, where's the crimson old one? You seem awfully sure I possess it. Oh, let's just call it a professional hunch. I think you'll need more than a hunch, detective. In my world, we take things a little more seriously than you kaiju down on the street. So before you open your jaw again, I would advise you think about your next words very carefully.
She flicks the edge of her glass with a claw, the perfect crystal ringing echoes around.
Do you have the statue? Do you have a credible reason to assume I do? Will you actually answer any of my questions? Will you ask any that I want to answer? Do you always answer questions with questions? Do you intend to keep asking them indefinitely?
The pair of you stare at each other.
Your mic is eating you slightly at that volume.
Ah, I see.
You might just need to project a little bit more. I know you're doing it for the tone, though.
I was sat away from my desk a bit, but I can scoot back in.
There we go.
The pair of you stare at each other for a long moment. She starts to laugh.
Oh, detective, you should see your face right now. What do you take me for? Some kind of tyrannical hoarder, stealing the treasures of the world to fill my cave? Oh, that's usually how museums are filled. A valid observation. Possession is everything. What I have, I own because I've decided I want it. But I do not have Xander's precious stone. After all these centuries, I don't even know if it truly exists, or was just one of their fanciful dreams. If I were you, detective, I would leave this fool's errand behind you and move on with what I have no doubt is an interesting life you live. Or else you may find that life to be far shorter and more interesting than you'd expected. Is that your final answer? It is. Well then, it's best I take my leave. I have a job to do on Akogo, one I intend to do to the best of my ability, and I'm not going to stop digging as long as I'm on that job. Dig too long, detective, and you may find yourself digging your own grave. Should I take that as a threat?
Onikogo stands, wings rippling around her.
Take it however you wish, but I recommend you dig elsewhere. The ground in these parts is treacherous. My butler will show you out. A pleasure, Onikogo, and good luck with the Horde. Oh, I wish you luck, detective, but I don't see much point.
Kaiju Noir, Chapter 6.
Ugh. We're back to the super discordant.
Yeah.
It's very Silent Hill, actually.
Yeah, Silent Hill 1.
Mm-hmm.
Your heavy footsteps echo down the alleyway leading from the heart of the city back to the working neighborhoods of the Outer Rings. The rubble of the streets rutted by 10,000-year giant beasts. Rutted, what a... Your talons kick up blooms of dust as you pass detritus of ages. In areas like this, the shadows from the taller, richer buildings cover the poor district in a blanket of gloom. A fitting buffer of silence to keep the scum at bay. It's places like this that the worst crimes happen. In the lawless region between the honest poor and the corrupt rich. Under one of the few dim street lamps between you and the other end of the alley leans a heavy-set figure, attempting to look inconspicuous and failing. They wait with menacing purpose. As you approach, trying to keep a ready distance between you, they raise their head and gesture out with an open paw.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy. Got a light?
Do a trick.
You remove your prop cigarette and blow a smoke ring in their direction.
More than you could ever need.
They straighten up, blocking out most of the light as they loom over you.
Oh.
Fire breather, huh? Waste of a good line. Still, business is business. Two giant paws clasp together, and their knuckles crack loudly.
Onakogo's hired scales? Funny. I expected you to be taller.
A grin with many missing teeth leers down at you. What's funny is no one's ever paid to have you shut up before now.
Oh, you're wrong there. But you may win the prize for the ugliest goon paid to beat me up.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy this.
I bet you are. Well, if you've got a job to do, hurry up and get it over with. It's been a busy night.
In the past, you've survived a total of 7 barroom fights, many against foes much larger than this creature. The secret is to hit low and run like hell. From behind, you hear the sound of claws sliding against each other.
Ooh. Fuck! Oh.
The pain as the claw swipes through your shoulder is more intense than you could have imagined. Being beaten up is one thing. You've been through that before, too. Being slashed is excruciating. This must be how lore went out. The thug in front of you lands a punch in your gut and you go down hard, trying to shield your stomachs and shoulder with one good arm. Thick blood runs through your fingers. Onikogo said to tell you, try harder next lifetime. Good sense of humor, huh? Any response you try to give comes through as a hiss from between clenched teeth. As you await the killing swipe of the claw to turn your lights out forever, you hear the lamp above you explode, plunging the alley into darkness. What the f... A series of wet thumps and cut-off screams follow. The last thing you want to do is look up and see what's happening. For a full minute, the alley is in silence. The entire district seems to be holding its breath. A hand reaches down, grasps you by the good arm, and raises you to your feet.
This feels like Alex.
I was just thinking, haven't done that in a while. Nice to know I've still got it in me. In the pitch blackness, you hear a scrabbling, the sound of a match being struck against the wall. The burst of light in the darkness is almost blinding. Sorry I'm late. I don't walk as fast as I used to.
Alex, and I mean this in the nicest way possible. What the actual fuck?
He holds the match up to close his heart. He holds the match up close to his arm, examining the blood covering from claws to wrists. I was following you. Thought that part was obvious. Good. None of this seems to be mine. You go after one of the most well-known knobs in the city, one who we know has killed before, and expect me to just stay in the office playing with my chair? Carla would have my head if she knew I'd let you go off alone. The match burns out and he strikes another. He begins to lead you out of the alley and back towards the office. I really need to wash my hands. Hate the feeling of thug on my scales.
You scare me sometimes, Alex. Ugh, but I've never been gladder to have you working with me.
So, does this mean I can have my name painted on the door too?
No, I like you too much. Every movie I've seen where there are two PIs working in one office, they're scraping one of their names off the door within the first 15 minutes.
And you're afraid I'd get knocked off? That's sweet.
Hell no, I'm afraid I'd get knocked off. You're the one who just saved me from ending up in the lake. At least we know one thing.
That Onikogo wants you dead?
Besides that. No, we now know that she is the idol for sure. Otherwise she wouldn't have bothered sending Muscle after me. Ugh.
And that's supposed to be reassuring?
That just means we need to figure out how to get it from her.
Is this a heist movie all of a sudden?
Sure, why not? But let's save the planning montage for until we're back in the office and I stop leaking all over the city.
The gulp would be closer.
Fine, get me there. Hopefully Rax doesn't get pissed off when I bleed on this floor.
We're in a big fucking mess here, Carrie.
You're telling me? They tore my fucking coat.
You really are a special kind of monster, Detective. Kaiju Noir, Chapter 7.
A short one.
Yeah, chapters are moving quickly now.
No.
Get out of my bar. Come on, Rax. You know I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't urgent. They're bleeding out.
I can see that. They're bleeding out all over my nice clean floor.
You know how I feel about my floor, Alex.
Sorry, I'll try to bleed less.
You owe me, Rax. This place is on the way to the office. I need to patch them up before they collapse in the street.
I didn't even know I had this much blood in me.
Shut up, Carrie. Probably more like, shut up, Carrie. Please, Rax.
Fine. But if any trouble follows you in, you'll need to find a new drinking hole.
I like trouble as much as I like Kaiju messing up my floor. Deal. Thank you. Rax lifts up the counter slab and gestures you both behind the bar.
Go through the back. There's a room you can use.
Should be some bandages or something in there to patch that wound. Clots.
And try to not make too much of a mess.
I sleep back there, you know.
Got anything to eat back there? I could really go for a snack.
I said shut up. Thanks, Rax. In the back room, you collapse on the flagstones. Alex rummages through a cabinet. Are they gonna come after us, Carrie?
Do you want me to be honest?
Right here? Right now? Yes, I want you to be fucking honest.
Then yes, she's gonna come after us. She thought it was only worth a couple of cheap thugs and an She thought it was only worth a couple cheap thugs and inconvenience. When she finds out that didn't work, she's gonna get serious.
He comes over and carefully removes what's left of your coat, wiping the blood off your face, and tosses it aside. The prop smoke falls out. Might not be real, but the practiced rhythm of channeling smoke through it provides some small comfort. How do you figure that?
Otherwise I'd be dead right now. Those goons weren't prepared for a fight. She won't make that mistake again. If she thought I was capable of causing actual trouble, I'd never have left the penthouse. Now, who knows?
You look at the sodden mass on the floor.
Look at my poor coat. Oh, I really fucking love that coat.
Forget about the coat. Coat is not important right now. We'll get you a new one. You hiss through your tusks as he wipes the area down with something that burns like ice. So what do we do now?
Now we go out there and have a drink with Rex. Act like everything is okay. And then after that, I'm going to go back to the office to hibernate for a few centuries.
Alex wraps some heavy bandage over your shoulder and starts to wipe the worst of the goon off himself. You can already feel the flesh knitting back together, but the cut went deep. It'll take some time to close over completely. Hey, Cruising. Good to see you. Best I can do. Doesn't look poisoned or anything. You should heal up by morning. Let's get back out before Rax comes looking for us.
It takes a lot to clean the goon up off a person. I should grab my coat. What's left of it anyway. Is it weird that I'm beginning to like Rex?
Nah, he's a good kaiju. Just don't get on his bad side. Pair of you shuffle back into the main room and sit down heavily at the bar.
Everything okay back there?
No offense, but you look like shit, Carrie.
I feel like shit. In fact, I don't think I've ever felt so much like shit in my life. Must be something I ate. Can we get a drink? For some reason, I need to wash the taste of blood out my mouth. Sure. What will it be? Give me a monster mash, and Alex will have a savage stomp. You sure?
Could give you something stronger to deal with the pain. Booze and blood loss don't mix. You should know that by now, Rax.
Yeah, fair enough. Here you go.
He spears a couple of cans and drops them neatly in front of you. Your arms still feel weak, but you can manage lifting the can.
Thanks, Rex. Hey, about Law. Oh, that's right. Yes, he's dead. He was found
He's super dead. We almost
with
joined him.
Carrie's like phone number and a business card on his person. This is true. He got iced. I heard.
Fucking shame going out like that.
I'm sorry. It shouldn't have happened that way. Don't sweat it, kid.
Isn't the first time I lost a customer. Won't be the last. When did you hear? We only found out earlier tonight.
Detective Carla Zora paid me a visit.
Everyone knew Lore drank here. Those who gave a damn.
Hope she didn't grill you too bad. Nah, usual cop kaiju shit.
Asked a bunch of questions about you, though, in a way that might make some kaiju extremely nervous.
Not that I'd had much to tell.
You raise your can, wincing at the pain in your shoulder.
It sounds like Carla. She and I go way back. We may have had an encounter with the kaiju that... we may have had an encounter with the kaiju that offed Law this evening.
Which is how we ended up here.
Instead of the lake. Judging by the mess, I'm guessing those goons won't be interfering with my customers anymore. Not unless they end up in the same afterlife. Glad to hear it.
Now hurry up and finish your drinks.
I want her out of my damn bar before the cops turn up again.
They make my fists itch. Thanks, Rax. I think this squares us.
I doubt it, Alex.
I still owe you pretty big.
Should I ask?
No.
No. Fine. Alex, you can stay if you want. I'm gonna stump back to the office and crash on the couch. Don't think I can make it all the way back to my den like this.
If you're sure, I can help you back if you need me.
I'm sure. Rex, put Alex on my tab. I'll see you both later. Sweet dreams, Slick. Hey, Stainra, you seen anyone follow us in?
The figure shakes their head, tail slowly weaving around them.
Good. Keep your eyes out for trouble tonight. We've left a bit of a trail this way, and who knows what might follow it on a night like this.
They glare at the sticky puddles of ichor and nod.
Oh, and make sure Alex gets home safe, okay? Think those two are going to be up late catching up on old times.
You adjust the bandages crossing your body and tip your hat.
It's going to be a long fucking night for all of us. It's interesting that the bartender is like, oh yes, Forsburn Aether. Nice to see you.
The walk back to your office is slow and painful, each plodding step rocking your injured back, keeping you this side of consciousness.
You two cruising have survived a night of being slashed in a back alley by a kaiju, huh?
Sometimes too many goons. From within your chest, you feel a familiar tightness you've come to dread, far more insidious than the grip of fear from the assault. You just need to make it inside, then you can let it out. One claw in front of the other. Seems to take an eternity. Back in the office, you dump your shredded coat on the floor and collapse on the crude stone couch. In the low light streaming through the office's grimy windows, the room looks cold, desolate.
Yeah. It feels weird without Alex here. And one day I'm going to pay him back by saving his scaly ass from something.
You let out a long, slow breath, trying to exhale some of the pain with it.
What the hell am I doing? I'm gonna get myself killed.
The chill of the room makes your injured shoulder burn like an inferno. As hard as you tried to hold it off, you feel the shock of the attack swinging back to hit you. You've held it in long enough.
Fuck. Breathe. Just keep breathing, Karabara.
Smoke pours from your mouth in waves as you try to keep your heartbeats under control. The fake cigarette long forgotten on the floor.
All right. Let's get this over with.
You repeat the mantra Alex taught to you long ago.
Let it come. Let it go.
Doesn't help much, but it keeps you grounded just enough that the panic doesn't overtake you. You wish Alex was here, but you don't want him to see you like this. Not again.
Let it come. Let it go.
The cases will still be there tomorrow.
Let it come. Let it go.
Should have asked Rax more about the pendant. Tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. In time, your hearts slow their frantic beats. Fire in your belly settles to a low smolder. A hand sets a cup of water by your side. You look up at the dimly lit silhouette leaning over you. You'll get through this, Carrie. I'm not going anywhere. Now get some sleep. And if you do something like this again, I'll kill you myself.
You're a real sweetheart, Alex.
Sweet dreams, you big lug. You close your eyes and feel oblivion welcome you back.
Let it come. Let it go.
Kaiju Noir, Chapter 8. Oh, man, okay. The light of the city's early evening illuminates the office when you wake up. Judging by the shadows, you've been asleep for at least a dozen hours. Alex is at his desk, hunched over a stone tablet, his claws gently tapping the armrest of his industrial chair. Ah, you're too damn good to me. The pain in your shoulder has settled into a low throb. Flesh feels stitched but raw. In this moment of peace, you take the time to think about.
Thinking about law is just gonna bum us out.
Yeah, that's just going to be like, damn, could have been me.
I could have done something to save him. No, you couldn't. No, you
Yeah.
couldn't. I guess thinking about the cases is probably the most practical use of those three, but
2 cases linked by an unlikely thread of coincidence. Onikogo is not likely to be impressed by her flunkies meeting the messy end of Alex's temper. No doubt she'll have a dozen ready to take their place. Bigger ones that may not go down so easy. That's not exactly reassuring. Then you've got poor damn Rax and his missing sister. Alex said he has had a leap there. Paused cross it goes somewhere. And to think, a week ago, everything seemed too quiet.
okay, we're
Shall we think
thinking
about
about all
lore?
of them. Yeah, we'll think about law then.
If it weren't for Alex, you would have suffered the same fate as Lore in that alleyway. One slip up, then the fall. A watery grave and a cold case. No one deserves to go out like that. Was he poking around Onikogo at Xander's instruction too? Did he find something out? Does life mean that little to her? Get her for you, Lore. I'll try to. That poor kid, scared out of her hide, afraid for her life. All on account of some old Kaiju's quest for a shiny stone. She may be untrustworthy. She doesn't deserve to live in fear. And there's the other thing. We'll sort it. I promise. Did you want a cup of tea? Or are you just gonna sleep all night? Alex is still focusing on the tablet. From your position, it's impossible to tell if it's case files, or just the night's crossword puzzle.
A tea would be nice. Extra strong if you can. I feel like I've gone 3 rounds in the Kaiju Wrestling League.
Can do, if you can give me an 11-letter word for defeated in expectation. Ooh, hey, chat and Kester, can we think of... is it disappointed?
Oh, yeah. Is that 11?
Is that 11 letters? No, I think that's more. I think that's like 12 or 13, because dis-app is 6, and then ointed is
that's
6, so that's 12.
Yeah, it's 12.
Defeated in expectation. Surprised? Huh. No, that's 9.
9.
Defeated in expectation.
It's 11. Because if it was a cryptic, it would be like, oh, we're finding a word in expectation. But it's 11 letters, so definitely not that. Defeated in expectation. Like scuppered or something, like your plans have been ruined.
Interesting. Let's find out. Okay. I see. That's 11. That's 11. Okay, so they are all 11. I would probably say disoriented.
Because your expectations have now been twisted, right?
No, that's not right. Doesn't fit with the 17th cross. Might be disillusion. I like you, so I'll get your tea anyway.
Fuck you.
Fail. Oh no. Bad
Game
end.
over.
You sit up, gently remove the blood-crusted bandages, roll your shoulder.
We're gonna get the knife ending now. Shit.
A fresh muscle is still tense, accompanied by the ache of bad memory.
We should talk about last night.
He places the steaming cup on the desk and prods at your back. We should. The cut looks all right, healing nicely, but you're gonna have an impressive scar.
Give it to me straight. Will I ever play the cello again?
Sure, if you can find a cello 7 meters tall, feel free to make that your new career. Be safer than what you've been up to lately. Picking up your shredded coat, you shrug it on as best you can.
How do I look?
Like shit. But without the coat, you look wrong, so it'll have to do till we can get you a new coat made up. You mean what you said last night? That Onikogo will be coming after you?
So, I was hoping for a vain hope, but one nevertheless, that like Alex would be like, oh yeah, no, I've got an old t-shirt here, and you get like
An extra large, like, graphic tee. I heart humans on it or something. I stuck my muzzle where I shouldn't have. She didn't like that. But also, I didn't have anything. But I also didn't have anything stone solid on the idol. I don't know if that means she's gonna wait for my next move, or send in the heavy scales to finish the job tonight. Those thugs were her way of trying to swat a pesky bug before I got too close.
You're lucky you don't splat so easy then. Give me just a moment. I'm getting a phone call from an auto mechanic.
No worries. Actually, while that's happening, I think I need to go and retrieve a drink. I will be right back. We'll take a 5-minute break here. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. We are now refreshed.
Mm-hmm. The mechanic says I can now fuck the car.
What?
Can't wait to pick that up later.
They make those modifications now, I see.
Yes, as a metrosexual. No.
I look at you watching my ass. On that note, how often do you follow me like that? Oh my.
Only on cases where I think you're going to get in trouble you can't get out of.
So...
About a third of the time. What can I say? I'm a good friend. Why? You angry?
I'm just shocked I haven't noticed before now. For a kaiju, you're sneaky.
He raises his mug in the air, the scales of his arm changing color until they match the hue of the stone.
I always forget you can do that. You're like one of those, cuttlefish things.
And that's why you're still alive. What are we going to do about the rock? We can't go with this alone. There's too much at stake here. Sure as hell, I don't trust Maxora to show up and do the right thing.
From where I'm standing, we have two options. We either convince Xander that if they want the idol, they need to be more involved.
Or
I get down on my knees and beg Carla for help.
I always figured you two had been into that kind of thing.
I'm not admitting to anything. She's the only other kaiju I know with connections who might be able to trace the Crimson Old One, and who I trust to keep her mouth shut about it.
So which is it? The twisted old treasure hunter or the crooked cop?
I mean... My vote is for Xander.
Oh yeah? Because I was actually thinking Carla might be good. At the very least, I might imagine that this Onizora might be someone she'd want to go after anyway.
Oh, true.
Hasn't really had,
so she'd have the personal motivation to kind of stick it to her. That's fair, actually. And, well, I think the scene that we had with Carla was very brief. Or she came in, was like, don't fuck with me. And then she just leaves again. So, you know, let's give Carla some more screen time then, sure. We need to talk to Carla Zora. I hate having to ask her for anything, but we've got bigger problems than the cops right now.
Bigger than endemic corruption, ongoing brutality of the disenfranchised, and terrible coffee?
Oh, well, okay, we have different problems. We can tackle the aggressive deconstruction of the police state in the next game. Staring at the camera. What?
What?
Sorry, I don't know why I said that.
Did you want me to send out for Carla or head down to the station to see her?
I'll go to her.
She always feels most generous when she's got a home field advantage.
Carla has never been generous in all the years I've known her.
You've not had sex with her. I mean, she's less likely to try and physically hurt me when there's other kaiju watching.
That sounds like Carla. Just Harry.
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
I was actually going to ask if you knew a 7-letter synonym for stamp out. You roll your shoulder again and tip your hat, the ragged coat leaving you feeling exposed.
Abolish. It's a word I'm going to be thinking of repeatedly over the next couple hours. Nobody is good at crosswords like that. Fuck off. I'll be back when I hear something. Be good and I'll bring you a donut. Mm-hmm.
Carla's seated behind her desk when you stomp painfully into her office. Piles of stone tablets are arranged haphazardly across her desk, along with empty mugs and the ever-present box of pastries. She looks up at you with anger, which becomes surprise when she takes in your appearance.
I do believe I read all her lines with like a sneer/snarl. Also, interesting, they clearly are too big for paper to work, so they're using stone tablets. However, how are those boxes made? How are those boxes of donuts made? Are those metal boxes? Are they like shipping containers?
I do like the idea of them being shipping containers of donuts. Fuck, I'd go for a shipping container of donuts right now. Fuck me.
True.
Tomorrow's my cheat day, not today. God damn it.
An entire shipping container of cinnamon sugar donuts. Fuck yeah. Damn, Kari. You look like 10 tons of kaiju crap wearing a hat. Great to see you too, Carla. I like what you've done with the office. Very post-brutalist authoritarian. What the hell's happened to you? What happened to your coat? Can we not talk about the coat? It's gone through a lot lately. By the look of your shoulder, so have you.
You rest on the corner of her desk and poke at the stacks.
They sure keep you busy down here. Does anyone even read these reports? No, but we still need to do a procedure and all that. Are you going to tell me what happened? Are you going to offer me a coffee? Do you want a coffee? No, it's shit. No, thanks. The coffee here tastes like piss. Wouldn't say no to a donut, though.
Carla grinned, tosses you something round and crunchy from a box on her desk. That's right, a saw blade.
Cheers. Alex has been asking where you get these. The bakery down the road is terrible. We're pretty sure they bulk them out with concrete dust. We get them delivered special. Police secret. Thinking about the mechanics of baking and how they may work at scale. Where the fuck is all this wheat coming from?
Maybe is it even made of wheat?
Is it like a mushroom powder since they're down here? Is it just a fucking monster truck tire?
Is it fermented kaiju shit?
Oh. Hey, who's to know whether these people are coprophages or not?
They are cops. At least Carla is.
Of course, nothing greases the wheels like taxpayer donuts. Guess you'll got to keep your strength up for whatever it is you do around here. Side tangent. A year ago, I don't think it's been 2 years ago, there was a very specifically cutesy Magic the Gathering set where they're all like little
not anthropomorphic, more like a Redwall style animals set. Like there was a faction of bats, there was a faction of rats. Joe was very excited.
Yeah, this is a Bloomborough, right?
Yeah. And there was a faction of bunnies, rabbits specifically. And the way I had to, just to not like piss in people's cereal, where somebody's like, oh, you know, I wasn't super into Magic the Gathering, but then I saw that I could play as a deck full of rabbits, and it was like, oh my god, it'd be so much fun. And I have to be like, you do know they're all coprophages, right? That they all eat their own shit. All of these cute bunnies on these definitely eat their own shit. And just be like, no, don't be rude, don't be mean.
Do you also say that when people are like, I like dogs?
I wouldn't be above that.
God.
I mean,
that
knowing one of the things that really squicks me out about dogs, or at least about dog owners, it'll be like fluffy, and they just kind of like kiss their dog, and I'm like, no, disgusting. And that's just with standard Costco issue dog slobber. Recently shit-eating dog slobber? Never. Why would you do this?
Yeah, there's also, you know, but I mean also with cats, like,
I guess
cats lick
people are
themselves.
less inclined to start smooching on their cat, I guess, but yeah.
Really, I don't believe that for a second. I think cat owners like kissing cats probably as much or more than dog owners like kissing dogs. And cats are actively grooming themselves with their tongue.
Yeah.
Including their anus. They are...
The toxoplasmosis is real. You'll do anything.
Toxoplasmosis is real. You can't stop it.
Anyway. Did you just come down to insult? Did you just come down here to insult me again, Karabara? I'm not insulting you, Collar. I'm insulting that badge you had behind. It makes you look like a thug. You should know that by now. You keep flapping your muzzle like that and you'll lose your PI license, detective. There's plenty of kaiju around here who don't like having a flat pad dirtying up crime scenes. Not before anyone has a chance to snag any valuable evidence, right? They don't do that here. No? Then you might want to ask your desk sergeant where he got that ring he wears. Because I know for a fact it was part of a scene I scoped out last year.
Arla sighs and takes a swig from one of the mugs.
If you came here to ask a favor, Kari, you're going the wrong way about it. Sorry. This place just makes me edgy. I can tell. You're gonna tell me what happened to you? Off the record.
She nods.
I was attacked last night on the way back from the Behemoth. A couple of goons under orders from up in the heart. Could have gone worse, though my tailor is going to tear me a new one for what I did to this coat.
You hear angry shouts echoing from the bullpen behind you, followed by a heavy thud of someone hitting the ground. Background noise returns to normal.
Did Alex pull your ass out of the fire again? He usually does. I owe that boy a drink. You owe him a raise. Get him to show you the new chair sometime. Did you get my reports? Did you get any reports last night of a couple of dead thugs around the borough district? Would have been pretty mangled. I dare say splattered.
She pushes a couple of tablets around, pulling out one covered in illegible pictograms.
As a matter of fact, we did get something like that. Both known hide muscle with about a dozen convictions apiece. Why were they still on the street?
She rubs a couple of claws together.
You tell me. For some reason, they never seem to spend more than a couple of nights locked up. Can't say I'm surprised. Money has its claws in deep around here. They went to stomp me out. They were sent to stomp me out. Probably the same ones that took down Law. Is this all still unofficial? Afraid so. But if you compare it to the talent, if you compare the talents to the gash on Law's throat, I bet you'll get a match. I appreciate the tip. I'll get the ghouls downstairs to check it out and file their deaths as accidents. So, who wants you dead this time? Better not be that mobster. Nah, he and I made up. All a big misunderstanding. It was Onakogo up at the Behemoth's Arms. Onakogo? What in the hell's you doing messing around with old money like that, Kari? Hell, I'd rather it be the Monfia again.
Monfia.
At least there are honest criminals. Yeah, I was like, good. I'm on a big case. I went over there last night to ask a few questions, and they may have struck up a nerve. And this was their response. Quite a dramatic response. I haven't seen you this busted up in years. And how exactly did you upset someone like Onakogo? I mean, aside from being poor and existing, is this to do with what got your Law killed? You know I can't tell you. Sorry. Professional courtesy and all that jazz. Even off the record. Even then. After everything that's happened, I don't want to put anyone else here at risk. And why come to me? You don't trust me, you hate what I do, and you don't make any damn effort to hide it. Do you even like me, Kari? Or are you just using me because you're stuck?
Background noise of the station feels so much louder all of a sudden.
It's hard to measure the idea of her being upset with that kind of facial structure. What does sad Carla look like?
I feel like a lot of it would be in the eyes.
Also, I just realized in the same way that, like, Max is like, oh yes, this is, if Rouge the Bat was a kaiju, green coded instead of. Well, there's obviously some pangolin to the design of Carla, with specifically those brows and eyes. Like, she's a Rathalos.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
It's a good thing that she's not a Rathian. Otherwise, if she backflipped, we would die.
Ha!
Fuck that
God.
backflip.
Fine, Hammer.
Where's my flashbangs when I need them? I do like you, Carla. You know that. We've been closer than I would ever let anyone else get. But I hate this place. I hate that you work for these kaiju that maintain a broken status quo. It's all just enforcing private law, and I fucking hate that. I hate what it's done to you over the years, to what we had, and if I could talk you into leaving, I would. Is that all?
You shrug. She sighs.
At least you're honest about it. I like you too, and I can't say you're entirely wrong. But I'm not going to be throwing down my badge just because you made me think about how heavy it is. Now that we've cleared that up, can we talk about that favor? Here it comes. What do you want this time? If you were on a Coco, someone with more money than the gods, more muscle than the great kaiju of old, and more influence than the mayor, where would you hide something really special? Something you'd killed for?
Kaiju Noir, Chapter 9.
What do you mean we get a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to be continued after that question? How dare you?
Lakeside Museum?
The Lakeside Museum.
The most opulent and well-guarded collection of cultural artifacts in the city. That Lakeside Museum?
Unless there's a local artist commune with the same name, then yeah, a vault underneath it to be precise.
You've lost your mind? I'm asking you seriously here.
At the point mentioning it was a museum, I immediately in my head played the part of Civic, like the sequence in Civic Story, where we like take the bus to the museum and have like 5 minutes of conversation with one of the politicians there and then look at the space exhibit and go home.
Go home and have a lengthy conversation with our coworkers about politics who have feelings and no idea about what's going on.
I mean, you know, the guy who liked doing pranks, it was like, I don't know, man, politics are scary. It's the singular thought. Oh my God, I did not realize that our, I can't remember the word, like cafeteria caterer had interiority. I had no idea.
Oh my God, yeah.
Fuck.
You know, just when there's non-white people who work in different positions, they just kind of blend into the background. I don't get it.
You act like this is the most absurd thing I've ever done.
It is the most absurd thing you've ever done. And it's probably going to get you actually killed this time. Alex taps his claws on his desk fitfully. I'm not saying that it doesn't make sense that Onikogo would stash the idol there. It's a fortress that even a mega kaiju would find hard to crack. It practically has dragon horde carved into the frontage.
Which is exactly the place I'd be keeping a huge ruby idol I'd stolen. Museums are traditionally the resting places for stolen cultural treasures, after all.
And there she could be smug, knowing that possibly the most valuable artifact to our kind is sitting in her vaults. Under our noses.
Sorry to continue to be distracted. In the same way of like, oh, Rathalos. Alex is definitely like the shape of, I can't remember the character, if the fish humanoid in the shape of water has an actual name. That or like Abe Sapien from Hellboy, the same kind of like archetype, right? And now that I'm thinking about it, Onikogo is like a gender flipped version of the big buff dragon guy from Ring Fit Adventure.
I was also, as soon as you said Onikogo is, and I was like, oh, God, what the fuck is his name? All I can think is Dragula. But yes, no, you are absolutely correct.
I mean,
as soon as I thought about who does she look like, it was him.
In the same way of like a Mars Vice, where they're like, hey, I'm gonna draw a bear. I'm gonna draw the bears the way that I like to draw some motherfucking bears. And they're like, so we got a kaiju game. What monsters? What monsters, huh? That dragon in a singlet in this game. Let's go. I understand the hustle. I respect the effort. My nose, you don't have one.
Under my gills, then. Don't be a pedant. Did Carla Zora have any other nuggets of wisdom on offer?
She let me know which entrance to use to get past the building security. Turns out there's a hidden back way in. Why does she know that? Don't know. Well, there we go.
Why does she know that?
Apparently she spends a lot of time in museums. Never took her for a history buff, but she's got a photographic memory for building layouts.
What did you tell her we were going there for?
Nothing obvious enough that could get her into trouble if it got traced back. I told her we needed help getting something back from Onikogo, and she started talking about how involved Onikogo was with the museum. She's good at picking up on these things. Just told me to not do anything that would land me in the cells or on a slab.
Not easy when Onikogo has the police chief in her claws.
Carla also hinted that if we were to borrow one of the police barges, no one would be using them tonight.
He's trying to bring the damn rock back on the city ferry.
Not to mention I can't swim.
So, what's the plan then?
Oh, is it like New York with the Staten Island ferry?
Oh, I guess it would have to be.
Because that's kind of a unique feature as far as American cities go.
Sure. I mean, I guess I'm just thinking in terms of like, I don't think it's entirely one-off for there to be a ferry going to an attraction on some kind, but I guess it's certainly not every day.
At least, when I think of New York as somebody who's never been, that is one of the things that would come to mind in terms of like unique feature. Anyway, in an ideal world where everything works out perfectly, we boat over to the museum, sneak in the back door, grab the idol, get out, hand it over to Xander, cash in, retire to the outskirts. After this week, the idea of escaping to a quiet life under a volcano sounds wonderful.
Do you really think it's going to be that easy?
Oh, hell no. I think we're probably going to die.
A gentle knocking rattles the door.
If that's death, tell her she's early or late. Either way, she needs to make an appointment.
Alex opens the door to reveal a nervous-looking kaiju. Ah, Miss Maxora. Carrie and I were just talking about you. She walks across the room towards you, Alex following close behind her. Ever the protector.
Oh, if it isn't the quintessential dame of our little narrative. I'd offer you a drink.
Was I voicing her or were you?
I was, I believe.
Okay.
I'd offer you a drink, but I know you prefer yours with something extra in it, and I'm all out of tranquilizers. That was a cheap shot, Detective, but I deserved it.
You deserve more than that.
You can say what you're feeling now. Please, so...
Can you?
Oh, sorry. Can you say what you're feeling now, please, so we can move on with our lives? Funny you should mention our lives. What do you mean? I mean, Laura's dead, Max. Not sure if you'd heard, so I felt it only right to tell you now. He's dead?
Afraid so.
How did it happen? The same way I got this shiny new scar across my back. Same reason I need to buy a new coat. That's coming out of the expenses, by the way. Kaiju tailoring ain't cheap. I'm sorry, Detective. I didn't know. How would you, Max? You didn't kill him or attack me.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this little conversation. Trust me.
Alex puts away a knife.
Alex taps his cane meaningfully.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize things had gotten this bad. How much do you know? Nothing. I swear. I paid my contact to get the idol through the gates and into a safe drop-off location. No questions asked. When I went looking for them, I found that they had had an industrial accident and there was nothing at the drop-off. When they died, I ran. You know the rest. I'm not a killer, Kari, I swear. No, you aren't. You're a lot of things, but not a killer. At least not yet. Lord died when he went poking around for the rock when he found out you didn't have it. You know who ordered the hit? We have a solid guess where the idol is now. Oh, you do? Where is it?
Why should we tell you, Miss Maxora? You haven't exactly been a font of trustworthiness up to this point.
Because I can help get it back, if you'll let me.
You look over to Alex, who nods knowingly and taps the side of his glasses.
I mean, this is all roads to the same. I don't trust her, but her being a posh debutante as a way of being able to baffle museum shenanigans definitely makes sense.
So number 2?
Yeah. You know I can't trust you, Max. You probably won't stab me in the back, but I hope you won't just cut and run on me again. But I still need you on this. We started this together, so we should finish it together. That, and I feel safer having you where I can see you. I understand. I hope I'll get a chance to earn that trust back one day, Kari. Thank you for at least being honest with me. Honesty is free. It's the lies that'll cost you extra. Do you really think we'll be able to get the statue? It won't be easy. Honestly, I don't know. The current owner has proven she's more than willing to take down the competition. I wouldn't put it past her to try and crush us again. If we all work together for once instead of serving our own interests, we might just make it through the night. Then I hope the old ones are with us. We'll need all the hope we can get. Thanks, Max. And when we're all done, there's something else we need to talk about. Something pretty important. Good important or bad important? Well, I guess it's up to you. I could just wait here if you... I can just wait here if you want me to. No. We need to do this. Who knows what's going to happen in there? If you ever wanted to prove that your intentions in this whole deal were honourable, well, this is the time. Then I'll do my best. I'll do my best to prove it to you, to myself. Then come along, Max. We have a boat to catch. 10.
Kaiju Noir, Chapter 10. The docks on the city side of the lake are practically empty this time of night. A police barge and a couple of cargo boats bob gently against unseen currents. Off in the distance, you see lights flickering from tunnels that stretch into the endless underground. To Kaiju City, never visited.
I don't know why, but the water has always been calming to me. Is that weird?
Yes, it's weird. You're a fire breather, Carrie. Water's your natural enemy.
I like to think the water and I have made peace. I don't burn it, it doesn't drown me.
Across the water, you can see the bulbous bulk of the Lakeside Museum. One of the oldest buildings in the city, less of a construction, more of a geode, holding the glittering jewels of aristocracy.
Eat the rich, smash open their vaults to feed the masses, let their kind live in fear.
What's that from?
A thing the humans say. Of course, they're less likely to actually eat each other from what I hear.
Maybe that's why they won. Not actually eating each other all the time.
They won because they'd rather have a planet with no life on it than the one with... They won because they'd rather a planet with no life on it than one where they aren't in charge. A sentiment shared by plenty down here. At the end, it was looking like there wasn't going to be anything left of either of us. I guess we got off easy.
The pair of you stare out across the water. Soft light from Zilla's balls reflecting off the surface. What the hell are we doing here, Carrie? Is this all worth it? The deception, death. Why are we going through with this damn scheme?
Because we have to see this through, Alex. Whatever it takes, I'm not going to let someone try to kill me. And those in my life for... I see. Whatever it takes, I'm not going to let someone try to kill me and those in my life for some damn rock. The city's a damn mess. And it's not going to get better while there's kaiju like that running things.
I never took you for the heroic type.
Fuck being a hero. Being a hero gets you killed for a cause. I want to outlive the bastards.
So what exactly are we doing tonight?
Tonight, we get the idol back. We shove Onakogo's snout in failure for once in her life. We win for once in ours. What the hell have you gotten yourselves into? Oh, hello, Carla. How much did you hear? I heard enough to know that you're about to break a dozen laws. None of them minor offenses.
Are you gonna try and stop us?
That depends, doesn't it? Depends on what? On whether what you're doing is more important than the law.
Carla, and I say this with the respect due to your profession.
Bugger all, then.
You're a cop. How can things be more important than the law to you?
Because I've seen what the rich get away with in this city. The law doesn't mean a damn thing to them. Why are you still a cop, then? I want to help Kaiju, Kari. From where we started, this was the best way I could see to do that, but...
But you've seen what being a cop actually means, right?
Right. Kari came to talk to me earlier tonight, and it got me thinking. This... I'll save the thought. Lawful doesn't mean right. And I'm sick of seeing Kaiju like Onakogo buy her way out of trouble while I'm being ordered to stomp on the poor. So if you told me, here and now, that what you're doing is more important than the laws I'm supposed to uphold, then I'm not going to stop you.
You hold her gaze for a minute. Maybe more. Only the creaking of mooring lines breaking the silence.
It's more important, Carla. Lives have been lost, and the law doesn't give a damn. We're trying to do the right thing. Alex?
That's the short of it. I'll tell you the long story later.
You can tell me all about it on the way to the island. Oh, you're coming? Of course. I'm not letting you get yourself killed.
I thought that was my job.
You know, Kari, it'll take two of us to keep them alive. You know, Kari, it's going to take two of us to keep them alive in this city. You aren't wrong there. I'm a little scamp. We were just waiting on one last member of our little party, then we'll go. And here I was thinking you didn't play well with others. Oh, you waited for me, Kari. I'm surprised. I wouldn't leave without you, Max. For better or worse, we wouldn't be here without you, after all. Are you going to introduce us, Kari? Of course. Detective Inspector Carla Zora, this is Miss Maxora. She's been instrumental to the case. Detective Inspector? Is in police.
Carla Zora is New Monstropolis's finest. And I'm not saying that sarcastically for once. She's the best there is.
Not that there's a lot of competition for that title. Most of them I wouldn't trust to keep a donut safe. Did you want my help or not? I meant it as a compliment, Carla. You know I trust you. Okay. Just don't come begging me for donuts in the future. How are you involved with all of this, Miss Maxora? Is this all, unofficial? Oh, definitely. We don't do anything official around here. You wouldn't see me hanging around this misanthrope in any kind of official capacity. How dare you? I haven't throped any missions in at least a month. I could consider myself more of a dashing reprobate. Besides, you do come crashing down on my door accusing me of interfering with your crime scenes on a regular basis. Only because you interfere with my crime scenes on a regular basis.
Ahem.
Do they always behave like this?
All the time. You get used to it.
I hired Detective Karibara. I am afraid none of you would have been involved in this case if it were not for me. At least I know who to blame if this all goes wrong. What the hell am I now involved with anyway? Shall we get on the boat? I'll tell you everything on the way.
Next stop, Certain Doom. If you enjoyed this voyage, please leave us a positive review in the guest book. Kaiju Noir, Chapter 11.
Definitely in the third act now.
The hulking outline of the Lakeside Museum's dome stretches far above you like the back of a sleeping beast. From this side, away from the light of the city, only a few glimpses of illumination from high windows hint at something lifeless rock.
I've got to say, the museum is a lot less grandiose from the rear entrance. I haven't been back here in years, since I was on guard duty for some event or other. When I was a rookie.
They had you guarding the back door? Was that official police business?
It's the job. You go where they tell you and you don't ask questions. Unlike my line of work, where you go where they tell you not to... I see. For some reason, even though this is obviously the dyslexia-friendly font, I'm struggling to read the sentences, but it might be a line break and comma use issue.
This script definitely needs. I think I said to you, I can't remember privately or on stream, that the script
A comma pass. Yeah.
Sandblasted with commas.
Unlike my line of work, where you go where they tell you not to go and ask as many questions as possible. I like the sound of your job better, Kari. So do I, honestly.
Shouldn't you three be getting inside? You've a precious relic to steal, and the night is passing us by.
What about you, Alex? Aren't you coming with us? Alex stays with the boat. We might need to make a hasty escape if anyone finds us.
Hasty is a strong word. In this thing, I think we could probably manage a leisurely escape at best.
Okay, so then how do we open the door? That is a good question. There's no lock or handle on this side.
Oh my god, dungeon adventure. Oh.
Step back. Why? So I can show you how New Monstropolis' finest deals with these situations. I'm just going to set off the alarm on the inside of the door immediately. Damn. Are you going to threaten the door into opening?
As you and Max step to the side, Carla Zora walks up to the door and pokes around the frame until she finds a suitable crack in the stone. With a slithering sound, she spears her armored tail through the crack and hooks it tight against the edge of the door. You watch as the muscles bulge around the tail's armored plates, hear the creaking of stone on stone, Carla Zora's tongue poking out in fierce concentration.
Oh, it's like that time we got locked in that basement together. I thought we weren't going to talk about that case anymore.
Finally, with the cracking of stonework, the edge of the door separates from its hinges, and Carla Zora gently lowers it, frame and all, onto the jetty. Have I ever told you how amazing you are, Carla? That was incredible.
You must be great at opening jars with that thing. It's also pretty useful at stopping bar fights. We should probably get in. We've still got to find Onikogo's vault.
Stay safe in there, you three. We've seen what Onikogo is capable of. I don't want to be taking this boat home alone.
We'll do our best, Alex. Whatever happens in there, I just want to say...
Now you stop right there, Carrie. You're coming out there alive and as many pieces as you went in. Max, make sure they come out of there and I'll take back every mean thing I've said about you.
That's the deal. Wait, how many mean things did you say about me?
And Carla, tonight's the night you forget you're a cop.
I'll try. You're a good kid, Alex. Carla, Max, let's go burglarizing.
Working through the labyrinthine hallways beneath the museum takes longer than you'd hope. Carla Zora leads you down endlessly curving corridors filled with neatly stacked crates and piles of stones that could be exhibits or spoil from renovations.
It's been so long since I was last down here, I'd forgotten just how much of a maze this place is. I wouldn't be surprised if these tunnels went all the way back into the city. Feels like they go on forever. Do you think we can find a map somewhere? You know, with a "you are here, this way to the treasure vault" on it? Doubtful. Life is never that simple.
In before gag of it being right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No.
Well, do you think they would mind if I took some souvenirs? Surely with all this stuff, they wouldn't notice a few little pieces that go missing. All the world's jewels are mine to keep. No souvenirs, Miss Maxora. We've come for the idol, and that's what we're leaving with. If you're good, I'll bring you back tomorrow and we can go to the gift shop. I'd like that.
The three of you squeeze through another hallway stacked with crates that look functionally identical to the last.
You ever think about what they did to amass all this junk, Carla? How many lives ruined to collect it all? I try not to think about it, Kari. This level of theft is something that only wealthy can get away with, well above my pay grade. Although, if I had my way, I'd confiscate the lot for evidence and have it sent back to the original owners. Have you ever considered a career in crime? With your skill set, I bet you have this place cleared out inside a night. Only every night. And that makes me a bad cop. What stops you? The badge, mostly. Which more than anything in here ever could. Where's the vault? It feels like we've been walking all night. Should just be down this hallway, right underneath the center of the museum. Uh-huh. Normal.
You arrive at another door, this one far more imposing than the covert one with which you entered the museum, built around the jaws of some ancient mega kaiju.
This is a big door. A very big door. It's a fucking great big door. I've never... Please. I've never seen a door this big before. Carla, do you think you can, rip this one open?
Carla wraps her tail around the lock mechanism and attempts to tear it off, muscles bulging under the scale. Eventually, she gives up and steps back in resignation.
I may be strong, but that door was built to keep anything short of an old one out. Well, since we don't have any old ones present, what the hell are we gonna do? Not the last one. We're in too deep now.
Way too deep. What about number 2?
Like, the second one feels very Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
The first is terrible, like, OPSEC, but feels plausible. In the same way of like, well, you know, the people who are stashing the stuff in here are very rarely using this thing. So they're like, oh God, what was the combination again? I guess we'll stash it. But let's see if there's any release mechanisms. And then if not, we'll look for the combination.
You begin running your claws around the sides of the door, looking for any kind of switch that might bypass the lock.
What are you doing, Kari? I'm looking for a release mechanism or something. There's got to be something. Why would you think there would be something like that? Because there always is in the movies. This isn't the movies. Yeah.
Okay, looking for the combination it is.
What do you think the odds are that the Onakogo wrote down the combination to the door on one of these exhibits? Are you serious? Less than 0. She's evil, not incompetent. You really think she would just leave the combination to the most secure vault in the city, just laying around next to the door? Or maybe we should look under a doormat for a key next time. Okay, bad idea. I've never robbed a vault before. All right.
Okay, time to think.
It's too late to just leave and forget this whole thing, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Fuck. Fine. We're monsters. Let's act like it. Hey, Carla, I remember that smuggling case we worked together? Why do you still keep asking me about cases we agreed to not talk about? I still have nightmares about the paperwork from that one. Yeah, but do you remember how we got out of the place? You mean, through the wall? Damn right I do. Looks like they've made this door out of something kaiju proof, but it's a big vault. No way they could do that to the walls too. What are you two talking about? How do you think we can get through that wall?
Arla looks around the room until her gaze lands on a suitable statue, pointed and heavy.
Kari, if you'd be so kind. Were we not just having a conversation about how all the artworks in here are stolen and you'd want to return them to the original owners? But not that statue. Fuck that statue.
You gotta crack a few eggs in order to liberate the...
For old time's sake, of course.
You push the statue across the floor over to the wall beside the door and angle it so Carla can get a good grip with her tail.
You might want to move back a bit, Miss Mixora. This could get messy.
You back up as Carla wraps her tail tightly around the statue. It's a heavy piece of solid granite and takes a lot of effort to get it off the ground. With heaving grunts, she spins, statue in vice-like grip, and swings the pointed end through the wall like the battering ram of the gods.
One hole. Damn, Carla, you're a force of nature.
Carla, panting from exertion, drops the remaining pieces of the statue onto the floor and reaches through the gap. A few loud clunk sounds later, and the vault door swings open.
Imagine if the door mechanisms were on the other side. Fuck, I have to do this a second time. Damn it. Door open. Oh, I hope that statue wasn't important. Not as important as the one we're about to liberate. Let's get our hides in there before anyone comes to find out what that noise was.
From within, the vault is magnificent. Rows upon rows of crates, statues, and display stands reach the distant walls.
I've never seen a horde before, but I never imagined one to be so well organized. This place is so much bigger than I'd have expected. I honestly didn't expect it to be a pile of treasure in the middle of the room, but there must be thousands of exhibits in here. Tens of thousands. How are we going to find the idol in all of this? And more importantly, are you sure I can't take something? Don't get grabby. We're here for one rock. You can buy yourself whatever you want with the proceeds. Knowing on the Kogo, she'll have anything really special right in the center where she can gloat over it. Carla, like, overhearing the fact that they're just gonna fence this priceless artifact for cash, and she's still like, yeah, this is for the people. Because, like, I don't know if you also felt about this the same way that I did, where as they were getting on the boat or, like, in the process of trying to convince her, being like, yeah, I'm sticking it on a Kogo, the corrupt people who are, controlling the city under her thumb. And Carla's like, well, getting one over on them to right the balance of things is important. But it's not like this isn't a distribution of wealth to the poor. This isn't a, like, finding dirt on her to get the expose, so she has to be kind of like remove herself from public life or anything. This is just stealing shit that she has for personal gain. I don't think that's the same thing, Kari.
It is kind of odd that this is being portrayed as noble as it is. The three of you move deeper into the vault. You can't help but marvel at some of the things you're seeing. Fortune upon fortune of artifacts hidden away. You find your fingers gently tracing over objects as you slowly make your way down the aisle. Ancient carvings depicting historic battles between kaiju, slabs of opalescent rock formed into skulls, crates of giant teeth. It's hard to resist the urge to slip a few smaller pieces into your pockets, but you manage.
Okay, Max. I'm quickly moving on to your side of taking a few pieces home with me. There's a few carvings over there that would look great in my office. Alex would love that Kraken statue, just as colours too. Right, I'll have to grab that up on the way out. That's not fair. If you get to take things home, so do I. Okay, let's grab the idol and get out of here before we get tempted to empty the place.
As you approach the center of the vault, you can feel something in the air change. A new sensation that you can't quite place. A presence? A weight in the world? Whatever it is, the air suddenly feels hot in this chilly vault. On an obsidian plinth rests a statue of deepest crimson.
Oh.
A ruby that almost comes up to your waist.
The Crimson Old One. Oh, it's huge? Is that what all the fuss is about? What Law died for? Yeah, it's big and shiny, but it's just a rock. Sure is. A rock as ancient as our kind and worth killing for. Oh, I want one. Can I have one? I'm not sure how Xander would feel about that.
You stoop to pick up the idol, but Max stops you.
Let me take it, Carl. I'm no good for much in that maze. Good idea. Stay behind us.
She's gonna run off with it. Come on.
just in case something happens.
She scoops the statue into her arms, struggling under the weight. Her eyes glitter as her features reflect off every surface.
Oh, it's so beautiful and heavy. What do you think this thing is worth? Possibly more than everything else in this vault combined. Now keep up. We need to get out of here.
Arriving back at the vault door, there's a monolithic figure waiting for you, her outstretched wings brushing the frame of the massive doorway.
We're down here and relatively close to the mic. There we go. Detective, what a pleasure seeing you here. On a Kogo. An unexpected treat, I must say. I'd love to stay and chat, maybe talk about the weather. However, we were just leaving. Oh, I insist you stay, Detective. You are going to stay right here. We have such a lot to talk about.
Kaiju Noir, Chapter 12. Feels like we are hitting the climax. I apologize that you have been saddled with 4 characters who are all
I may
sharing
pass
voices.
Carla to you.
Absolutely, feel free to.
Actually, if you're okay with splitting it, I quite like voicing on a Kogo, so if you wouldn't mind taking Carla and Max, that'd be great.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm rather surprised to see you again, Detective. After our little discussion, I thought you wouldn't be back to darken my path. Well, because you tried to have me killed. Don't let little things like that stop me. Next time, if you want to take me off a case, you should try bribery. It's less messy. Would you have taken a bribe? No, but it's a little more subtle than having me slashed in an alleyway. If you were looking for your hired muscle, I believe they're cooling in the city morgue. Oh, they're easy enough to replace, I assure you. And now I find you in my museum vault, uninvited. We were, looking for the gift shop. The gift shop is closed for renovations.
Aw, I wanted a souvenir.
Explains why we couldn't find it. You have something of mine in your grubby paws. Oh, this? We were taking it to get it cleaned. Awfully dusty down here. And these 2 creatures, friends of yours here to help with your petty theft.
I came along to see the Egyptian statuary exhibit. I like their cat sculptures.
And that exhibit doesn't open for another week. And visitors usually arrive during opening hours through the front entrance.
What can I say? I'm just eager.
Indeed. And you wear the badge of the gutter police. Shouldn't you be arresting these miscreants?
I'm starting to wonder. Do you have receipts for any of these items, madam? Maybe I should be arresting you until we make sure that all of these objects were legally obtained.
Receipts. This is archaeology. This is preservation. I don't need receipts to take from those who don't know the value of what they have.
And what we have here is an illegal hoard situation. I'm going to have to take this statue in as evidence and call in my squad in to catalog the rest.
You filth. Stomping into my museum, breaking into my vault. The door was like that when we got here. Stealing my property.
Is Is it really stealing if you stole it first?
You're right, Detective. I shouldn't have sent this kaiju after you. I should have torn you apart myself.
Maybe next time on the Kogo. But, we'll be leaving now.
I can't have you leave, Detective. Not alive. Tonight your story ends. Maybe in your next life you'll make the right choices.
Do we really get like a bad end here off the back of this?
That'd be crazy. At the crescendo of your story, only one option remains.
Fight!
Fight.
Sorry, I dragged you into this mess, Carla. If we survive this, I'm gonna owe you a drink.
I guess I'm gonna get thrown onto the force. There are worse ways than this. I'll take you up on that drink, though. Max looks up at Onikogo, at the idol, then back at you. I'm sorry, Kari.
Don't you dare run, Max. You said we could trust you. You promised.
I'm so sorry. Max dashes towards the vault door, ducking beneath Onikogo's outstretched wing before she can react, and into the gloom beyond.
The narrative didn't say still carrying the idol. Interesting. Fuck.
Onikogo, not wanting to let any more of you escape, lunges towards you with claws out. For a kaiju her size, she moves so fast you don't have time to blink before Carla's tail knocks you out of the way.
I've let her slip far too many of your crimes and oh no, that's you still.
Onikogo, for once I'm going to get my claws into you and not let go. I'm going to drag you back to the station, in bits if I have to answer for your crime. Bunched claws churn through the air as Carla tries to subdue the demonic form in the best way she knows how. Onikogo barely registers the hits, swinging her own talons at the detective, scoring deep gashes into her scales. From your gut, you feel the fire build up, no longer smolder. It burns and twists inside, alive and angry, begging to escape.
Carla, it's about to get hot in here.
Go for it. Light up this bitch queen. Breathing deep, you channel the fire into a lance that cuts deep into the crevice between Onikogo's wings. Oh, that's funny. I think Carla's badge says MMP. She screams as Carla takes the opportunity to crack the beast in the face. As Carla goes for a knockout punch, Onikogo deftly catches the arm by the wrist.
It's funny. This, I guess, is the appropriate amount of flame for the kaiju, but I was expecting like a big blast of
like
flame.
Like a wizard fireball?
Yeah. Rather than the...
Yeah, I expect from the lance statement it's going more for like a focused blast than a...
Well, it didn't focus miss, so that's good.
It is funny seeing the swinging light bulb overhead.
You gutter police should learn your place. Consider this your final lesson.
She twists the wrist, muscles bulging as Onikogo forces Carla to her knees. I never was a very fast learner. The sound of Carla's tail cracking into Onikogo's ribs shakes the vault. Several objects fall off their shelves. She throws Carla into the shelves, the detective rolling into a ball of scales as she crushes artifacts under her bulk. Onikogo swings around to face you, shoulders on fire and Armageddon in her eyes.
Little pest. Firebug. How dare you bring your nasty flames into my home? It would be a shame if everything in here was to burn on a Kogo. So many pretty things. I wonder how many are flammable.
You blow a smoke ring in her direction and follow it up with a blast that pierces the ring and smashes a pot behind her.
Stop that, worthless creature. Or what? You're gonna give me a spanking? At least let me earn it.
You leap past her swinging claws and drive your shoulder into another stone statue, shattering it to fragments and reigniting the pain in your shoulder.
2 down. A few hundred to go. Ready to stop this on a Kogo? I can keep going all night if you can. I'll stop when I have you two in pieces so small they won't be able to get all of you out of the lake. Or maybe I'll just have to eat you. It's been so long since my last meal, and hearing you scream as I tear you into bite-sized chunks does sound delightful.
Onikogo grips Carla's shovel-like fist as it comes in for another swing, twists it till you hear a bone crack, and flings her into the wall.
Carla!
Focusing on the burning inside, you breathe deep and unleash the hottest gout of flame ever coaxed from your body. It torrents towards Onikogo, a spear of blue fire that crackles the air around it as it travels across the room, and ricochets off Onikogo's wing as she shields herself, rebounding out through the vault door and into the hallways beyond.
Firebug, firebug, lend me your ear.
She stands before you, impossibly tall, each menacingly clawed hand an ending that you always knew was coming.
Firebug, firebug, nothing left for you here.
With incredible speed for someone so big, she grabs you by the throat and lifts you high in the air.
You've burned down the village. All life is now gone.
Her other hand grips your injured shoulder, talons sinking into your scales.
And when you are dead, no one left who will mourn.
The fall awaits you in her gaping maw as she prepares to bite. She stops, frozen, paralyzed. Carrie! Looking past Onikogo's bulk, you see Max, terrified, her horn glowing, freezing Onikogo to the spot.
Max, you came back. I didn't know you could do that.
I can't hold her for long. Get away from her. Please.
I can't. She's literally got her claws in me.
And let me handle her. Carla's massive tail wraps itself around Onikogo's neck, dragging her down to the floor as she stabs her shovel claws into the burned side again and again. Screaming, Onikogo flails wildly, unable to turn to face her attacker as the claws dig deeper into her flesh. You've ruined so much of this city, Onikogo. For once, I'm going to do my job and stop you from corrupting anything else. Carrie, Max, get the hell out of here. I have to read this criminal her last rites. Not needing further prompting, you stand, grab Max by the arm, and run from the smoke and blood-filled vault into a smoke and flame-filled hallway. The crates and more flammable artifacts are all ablaze, filling the room with the acrid smoke of burning history.
We're gonna return them! Yay! You set the place on fire?
No, you did. I was trying to hide behind some crates, and a fireball burst from the vault, and everything was suddenly burning.
Oh, fuck. What happened to the fucking fire alarm system in here. It's a museum. You should have one. What?
It's made of stone.
Ugh. Yeah, the artifacts aren't. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Max starts coughing and trying to cover her face with a wing. Can we get out of here, Carrie? I don't like fire.
Sure. Carla is busy finishing with Onakogo, so let's grab the idol and get the hell out of here. Where's the idol?
That's something I wanted to tell you.
What?
That little fireball, it kind of hit where I hid the idol. It's in the middle of the fire.
Do rubies melt? Fuck. Time to find out.
Striding into the fire, it takes a few moments to find the statue. Finding a red rock in the middle of a furnace turns out not to be easy. Your foot clips the side of something you couldn't see, and now only notice from the way the flames reflect off the surfaces.
I got it.
Clutching the statue, you clamber back out of the fire, embers clinging to your scales, letting Max lead you back through the hallways. Do you think Carla will be okay?
I think she has a lot of repressed stuff she's working through right now. She'll be fine.
There was a lot of fire, Carrie.
I guess the gift shop is probably going to be closed for a while then. Sorry, Max. I know you wanted a souvenir.
It's all right, Carrie. I think we've got a pretty nice souvenir right here. You and Max stumble out of the rear exit. The cool air from the city hits you like a hammer after the heat of the museum. All at once, it feels nice to be out of that basement. I thought I was about to suffocate in that last hallway.
I kinda liked it, but I was hatched in the volcano.
You're back. What happened? Wait, why is the museum on fire? Carrie, you did this, didn't you?
It was self-defense. The museum attacked me.
Likely story. What happened to Carla?
Carla is in there doing what the police do best on a... Kari, please. Carla is in there doing what the police do best on Onakogo. It's pretty messy.
Onakogo was here? So much for a smooth operation. I'm just glad you're both safe.
Not
Not only safe, we got ourselves a souvenir. You hold up the statue for Alex to see.
Behold, the Crimson Old One. Relic of ages past, symbol of long dead aristocracy, giant fucking ruby of unimaginable value, and it's all ours.
Did it always have a great big crack in it?
Oh yeah. What?
It's got a big crack running down the side. Didn't you notice that when you grabbed it?
We were in a rush. Onakogo just got on the jump on us.
Wasn't there before, Carrie. Do you think...
Oh, fuck, the fire. I didn't know. Do you think that's going to knock something off the resale value?
Carla stumbles, coughing through the door, clutching her broken arm, and collapses on the jetty. She leans back against the low wall and attempts to rinse some of what can only be bits of Onakogo off her claws. Oh, glad to see you. Both got out safe. Kari, remind me to never go on cases with you again.
I'll add that to the list of times you've told me that.
Is Onakogo no longer a problem to the city? Sure the hell I'm gonna tell the chief about all this, though. Don't exactly teach toppling power structures at the academy.
Oh no, I've been summoned by a council of lizards. There are many lizards, I guess, adjacent in this game, true. Too busy teaching how to oppress the masses, right?
She sighs, wincing at the pain in her arm. You just don't let up, do you, Carrie? Can't say you're wrong, though. Anyway, why are you all looking so down? We got the damned rock. About the rock.
There is some bad news.
What happened to the idol, Carrie?
It got broken in the fight. Either the fire or something else happened to it. Rubies are like hardness 8, so they don't scratch easy. They are... They are, as I recall, they are a mineral that's found in like metamorphic areas, so they're like formed from lava cooling down and all that shit. So I guess it could be... I guess we made the point of saying that Kari's super fireball was like blue. So maybe it's so hot that it would crack the ruby. I wonder if there is something inside. That is my current feeling.
Could be jelly filled.
I
also was wondering if there's something inside and it's going to release some kind of unspeakable evil or what have you. And indeed, Sphere, I think Kaiju Noir really, it is an evocative title. You show Carlazura where the idol's cracking.
Xander's going to be pissed. They spent centuries trying to track this thing down.
How could it break? The idol is older than the city. Is it a fake?
Could be. Xander's Kaiju could have grabbed the wrong one from the surface, or someone made a duplicate. He wouldn't have known.
Be gentle with it, Karu. Looks like it's breaking more.
Oh, yeah. If it was a fake, then only Kogo would have noticed. Should have sold it off to Xander and they wouldn't have given up anything for it. Oh, sorry. She'd have sold it off to Xander and they would have given up anything for it, real or not.
It's definitely real ruby, if that helps. I know my gemology. So if no one wants it, I'll take it.
I think Xander would be a little upset if you took the stone they'd spent so long hunting.
Will someone tell me what the hell's going on here? We could stick it back together. Tell Xander it always looked like that.
No, I like that idea. This thing is ancient. Of course it would have some cracks.
I think I know what's going on, and glue isn't going to stop it. The three of you turn to Alex.
Come on, Alex, don't hold out on us now.
This cryptic bullshit is how you spend your night. I'm glad we don't hang out anymore.
Is it a temperature differential?
Can't be sure. But I think that priceless treasure you have there is about to hatch. Yep. Kaiju Noir, Chapter 13.
Okay.
Resting the idol gently on the lip of the stone jetty, the four of you huddle as best you can around the cracking crystal.
Hatching? What are you talking about, Alex? Rubies don't hatch.
They do if they aren't just rubies. Carried.
Oh, that yes, that definitely that definitely was supposed to be a comma.
Oh right, I think Alex is right, Carrie. Haven't you ever been to a hatching before?
Only my own, and I can't exactly remember all the fine details.
This thing really is as old as the old ones themselves, and they protected it with everything they had. It's worth more than anyone ever thought. Worth more than a giant, one-of-a-kind ruby? Maxora, think about it. The old ones didn't have money. No economy, only survival.
And when you're fighting to survive, what's the most important thing?
Life goes on. So all those stories about it having some kind of power over our kind?
Xander said something when I first went to talk to him. Something about the stone being the key to our survival. He wasn't talking about some kind of status symbol or weapon.
It's an egg. An old one egg.
Hmm.
An egg? Are you saying we just robbed a nursery?
Of course not. Onakogo obviously didn't know what it was. To her, it was just another shiny stone in her hoard. Something to lord over Xander. Wait a minute. If this is an egg...
Congratulations, Carrie. We're about to become a brood parent. We're gonna have to hatchling-proof the whole office.
I can't be a brood parent. I don't know the first thing about raising old ones. What do they eat?
If the stories are true, everything. Don't even think about asking me to hatchling sit. I'll hatchling sit. I like kids.
They should all be like fucking terrified.
Yeah, this seems like it is much more of a oh god, oh fuck kind of scenario than a
we've
like
never met an
TV.
old one. We talk about them as though they're gods. Here's a baby god that's hatching in my hands. This is funny. Surely, man, they should be having, we've established, a fucking panic attack. But still, how come this thing never hatched till now? It's been rolled around the world for thousands of years.
Obviously didn't have the right conditions. The old ones were all about survival after all. Carla's right. It wouldn't have hatched if it wouldn't survive in the world. It needed the right environment.
What are you talking about?
Being bathed in flame.
No, I'm no detective. I can't
actually-
put two and two together. It's not my job.
You really are dense sometimes. You were hatched in a volcano. Think about it. It's your breath, Carrie. The egg needed to get hot. Real hot. You're the only kaiju I know that sets fire to their own office by accident. Which means the kid is probably going to be a fire breather, like you. Just what the city needs. Another arsonist in training.
So, what do I do? I don't know how to be a brood parent.
Just be there for them, Carrie, no matter what. That's more than most hatchlings get.
I think I can do that. I'm gonna try. No.
With a soft cracking sound, the idol slowly breaks apart before your eyes. A grasping limb reaches out from the lower half, what is now obviously shell, and a hatchling head pokes up over the edge to look you in the eyes. For a hatchling, it's large, with limbs already oversized for the body, ready to be grown into. In that moment, you know, deep in your gut, you would never let anything happen to this kid. I think they like you, Carrie. Reaching a paw towards the hatchling gently, he reaches back and grabs you firmly with a finger.
Is this music supposed to be heartwarming?
I can't imagine so. This is like... This feels like fucking Metroid 2 inside the Metroid's lair.
Mm-hmm. Perry's like, it has your eyes. Look at ass dialogue. Will you check out these paws? This kid has a strong grip.
Alex squats down next to the newborn, who looks up at the pair of you sleepily. They're so big already for a kid. We're definitely gonna need some advice on how to raise an old one. I don't think they write guidebooks for this kind of thing. The hatchling's eyes cross for a moment, then it hiccups loudly, and a wisp of smoke rises from their nostrils. This fucking Neopet hijinks. Carla stands up painfully. That's a fire breather, all right. For what it's worth, I think you two will make pretty good brood parents. Can't be any worse than mine.
Xander is gonna be so angry. They've been searching for the idol for hundreds of years, and now it's gone. Oh, the shell's still there.
I don't know. In their way, they helped bring the old ones back into the world. It's gotta count for something. And there's always what's left of the egg. They're still all solid chunks of ruby, after all. Think Xander would be happy with a chunk of the egg and a great story to go with it?
I think they'll have to be.
You grab the largest shard of egg that doesn't have a hatchling in it and hand it to Alex. As fragile as the ruby became when it had, it again seems as solid as stone can be.
That will do for Xander. It should at least cover the costs of this adventure. Max, grab yourself a bit. It's payday, after all.
This music makes it sound like the baby is going to decapitate someone. Just
Absolutely.
devour
I'm
someone's head
waiting for this
immediately.
baby to be like, "Urgh," and just murder two people in like one strike.
Her eyes glitter like sapphires as she peruses the shards. May I? Won't Xander be mad?
You played your part in this as well as anyone. Go on. I don't care if you sell it or wear it, but you've earned it.
She looks closely at the pile and grabs a piece with one of the statue's horns. I like this bit. Thank you, Kari. You pick up the base of the shell, still containing the newly hatched Kaiju.
I think this should just be enough to cover my expenses. This kid is going to cost a lot to keep fed.
I doubt Xander would disagree. We'll have to bring them over to see the hatchling soon, though. This is something I'm sure they'll want to see for themselves.
Alex, your turn. Buy yourself a dozen swivel chairs.
Don't mind if I do. Alex scans the pieces carefully and picks up the broken tail. I like this bit. It shall be the source of many future puns.
Oh god, it's not the puns.
The kid is going to be raised with a healthy attitude towards punning, Carrie, and you can't stop me.
How about you, Carla? We wouldn't have made it through this without you.
She shakes her head, wincing at the pain in her arm. No can do, Carrie. I did a lot of illegal things tonight. Things that are going to take a lot of thinking about before tomorrow. I will need a chunk of stolen evidence in my den complicating things. You nod and reach down to pick up a small jagged piece of ruby.
Then I'm gonna hold on to this for you, just in case you ever decide it's time for a change of career.
You really think I'm gonna quit the force?
I think you hate it there. What you do with that hate is up to you.
You're a twisted creature, Carrie. I'm glad you're my friend.
I just committed murder for you.
On the jetty, the last of the fragments shine gently in the low light. What about the rest of these pieces? I'd feel wrong taking more than my share.
Agreed. These pieces belong to someone else.
With a flick of your tail, you send the remaining shards out into the lake. A series of soft plonk sounds herald their journey to the icy depths.
You could have given both of those to Xander. Oh, fair. There you go, Law. You took us as far as you could, and took the fall for it. You deserve better.
Sorry, Lore. I should have trusted you.
Wherever you end up, I hope those rubies buy you a lot of drinks. You earned them.
You all stand in silence, staring out across the lake. So, what do we do now?
First, we need to get the hell off this island.
Agreed. The museum is still on fire, and no doubt by now half the force will be on the way to check it out. I need some sleep. It's been a long night. We should get this hatchling somewhere safe. What about me?
What about you? Once we're back to the city, you and I have one last piece of business to attend to.
Oh? Aren't we done? You tickle the hatchling's scaled belly with a claw. They smile, and a tiny smoke ring escapes their mouth.
Not for you, Max. There's someone I want you to meet. I was like, this is
really?
a thread that hasn't resolved itself. And we know that Max is like, I had a name before that I don't use anymore. And I'm like,
true.
Mm-hmm.
Why have you brought me here, Carrie? Isn't this where Lore was planning to meet me?
A fitting place to raise a drink in his memory, wouldn't you say? After everything that happened. I can't say I got to know Lore very well. He was rude and obnoxious, but he brought us together and deserved to see it through to the end.
It's fair. He deserved better than he got. I'll drink to his memory once.
How's the night been, Stainray? All quiet?
He shrugs, tail swinging lazily.
This is Miss Maxora, a friend. Would you be able to keep her company for a few minutes while I talk to your boss?
Why all the mystery, Carrie?
You'll find out soon. I promise.
Okay, but this better be worth it.
Kaiju HRT is wild in.
Right? Stainra, is it? I like your antlers. They're really shiny. Stainra actually blushes. You laugh and stomp into the near empty bar.
They actually changed the sprite. That's cute.
That's pretty funny. Rax is tending the bar for a few quiet drinkers, cleaning glasses and moving fluids around the stone countertop with a rag.
Ah, flat paw.
It's good to see you again.
I must admit I was more than a little worried when you left my joint a bloody mess.
Stainra was not happy cleaning all the blood out of the alley.
I had to pay him overtime and he just wouldn't shut up about it.
You know how he goes on.
It's good to see you too, Rex. I miss the smell of this place. Like a chemical refinery that caught fire and sunk into a swamp. I like to think it has a kind of homely charm to it. Okay, I was wondering whether the writers of this were British or not. There's a handful of reasons they kind of like, UK? With a vine boom sound as I look into the camera with one eyebrow. UK?
I know what you are. You coming for a drink, or are you looking to bother my regulars again? You toss the necklace over to Rax, who fields it with a pincer.
I've actually come to settle my tab.
He looks down at the pendant sullenly.
No, you couldn't find her?
Figures.
I've lost my chance then, haven't I?
Bugger.
UK? Not quite. In fact, I've got someone I'd like you to meet.
You poke your head out the door and beckon Max in.
Rex, I'd like to introduce you to someone.
Max enters the room, at first taking in the dinginess of the bar, before her eyes land on Rax.
Rex, meet Maxora.
The cup that never seems to leave his hands falls to the floor and smashes behind the bar.
I believe you two have a lot to talk about.
For the first time since you met him, Rax actually seems speechless. Rax? Is that you?
Yeah, kiddo. Yeah, kiddo.
It's me.
It's been...
It's been a long time. It's good to see you again.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I should have been there for you.
I never got the chance to say goodbye before.
Oh, you know.
You know.
But I always wanted to tell you I loved you.
I always will. Thanks, brother. It's Max now, by the way. Rax nods and slides a can across the bar towards her.
I missed you, Max.
All through the war and after.
I never stopped looking.
Just wasn't anything to go on. It's a big city. You couldn't have known. That was a different time, and we were different kaiju.
What have you been up to all this time?
She sighs and sits down at the bar. Where do I start?
I'll leave you two to it then. Rex, I think this settles us. Max, welcome home.
Thanks, Carrie. How did you know?
Oh, your name's rhymed, so...
God damn it. Oh my god. I cannot believe... Wow.
Thanks, Alex. He saw the same symbol on one of your rings as on the Rax's pendant. That... I have friction when it comes to mysteries that are solved by information that we as the reader can't take in. And I don't think we've ever had a close-up on Max in a way where we would be able to see this detail.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So, but whatever. Thanks, Alex. He saw the same symbol on one of your rings as on Rex's pendant. It's not something you see every day. That boy has sharp eyes.
Oh. Please thank him for me too.
Thanks, Flatpaw.
Come back anytime.
I might take you up on that. I'd stay safe, but I don't think there's anything... I'd say stay safe, but I don't think there's anything you two can overcome by working together.
You make sure to look after the kid and try to keep out of trouble.
Wait, what kid?
We've got a lot to catch up on, big brother.
I guess they're also in the habit of wearing rings on their horns.
Kaiju Noir. Epilogue. So there shouldn't be any problems with the adoption process. I have a friend at City Hall who owes me a favor.
All of the city owes you favors, Alex, including me. One day you're going to cash them in and end up owning most of the city.
Looking around the room, it's hard not to think about all the ways things have suddenly changed in a few short nights.
I never thought I'd end up a brood parent. Can't say it doesn't feel weird.
Does it feel right?
Yeah, in a way it does. This kid needs a home, and we can be that.
Can't be worse than our brood parents. We can give the kids something better.
We can't keep calling them the kid. They need a name.
Well, I've never named a hatchling before. Heck, I wasn't even allowed a puppy.
How big would the puppy be?
Yeah, I was. Okay, I do really like the idea of them having a puppy, and the puppy is like the size of a ladybug.
Oh, just, yeah, either that or it's like literally this is what happened to Clifford the Big Grey Dog is now.
You look down at the hatchling, sleeping soundly on the couch. They are wrapped in the remnants of your old coat, curled up inside of the broken ruby shell.
How about Crimson? Not a very original name, I know, but I think it suits him.
Crimson lets out a little burp of flame as they dream away in their little nest. I like it. It's a good name to grow into. Good name for our little monster.
I'd never have to care for another life form before. What happens if I fuck it up, Alex?
From it. Fucking up is part of the process. Xander said they would send us anything they could dig up on Old One life cycles. Seems to think this little hatchling is gonna get big. Carla also stopped by to let us know she smoothed everything over with the law. As far as anyone knows, Onikogo perished in a mysterious fire.
Oh, so she really did kill her. Fuck me. Okay.
All right. I'm really sad for her. That's so tragic.
No, but it's fine.
Her arm is still pretty busted up. Gonna be in a sling for a while.
We should send her donuts or something.
She should send us donuts. Hers are better. Oh, and Rax sent over a crate of Monster Mash. Said something about not liking debts to go unpaid.
That boy's a real soft heart under that hard shell.
How do you think he and Maxora are getting along?
One day at a time, just like the rest of us. As little trust as I had in her, she did the right thing in the end. She deserves a fresh start. Those two have a couple of lifetimes to catch up on, but that's gonna take time.
From their little nest, Crimson makes little mewling noises in their sleep. In their face, you can see a future. An uncertain one, but a future all the same.
I wonder how the humans will react when they see a brand new old one climbing out of the earth.
They're in for a hell of a surprise, though that might not be for hundreds of years. No one knows how long old ones take to mature.
Maybe they'll have learned better by then. Maybe we can teach Crimson better.
You and me, Carrie. We'll be there for them. From the door comes an urgent knocking in a strained voice.
Excuse me, are you open? I need help and I don't know where else to go.
What do you think? Are we open for a fresh case?
I don't know. What does it say on the door?
It says Detective Karibara, private investigator. I finally got the graffiti off. You've solved 2 cases this week. Adopted a hatchling that may one day crush cities, and ruined your favorite coat. To say it's been a long week would be an understatement.
The city never sleeps, and as long as the cases keep coming in, neither will I. Let's show them in. Let's see what the street has for us tonight. That is a very different form of Carrie.
That's a very wolfy Carrie. Wow. Oh, hey, colored version of the title image. Okay, wow. That's the... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, oh, thanks for playing Kaiju Noir. We hope you've enjoyed this monstrous visual novel.
Before we go, we've got a few messages to leave you with.
A cab.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like here's the moral of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Consider them a not-so-subtle rehashing of what the story has been all about. Trans rights are worth fighting for. It's never too late to be who you really are.
Fuck TERFs.
You've got trans family of friends. Be there for them.
It can be a real scary world for them. This is British.
God. Oh, okay, sorry, I was not... I am balancing the fact that I have the, like, old anti-suicide PSA that's like, there's only one way to find out what tomorrow holds.
Mm-hmm.
Be there.
Very Sonic Says. You get in the drying machine, that's no good. Fuck TERFs.
He should say it.
Yeah, he should say it. It's right, and he should say it.
Thanks, bro. I missed you. Family are the people who care about you, not necessarily the ones that raised you. All cops are bastards. Abolish police states, end prisons, build something better through community support. Wait, are you still a cop? But now I am, so I know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Oh shit, that was me. What I had to fucking voice did I do for this guy?
fucking just give it a JP, like Pierce.
Eat the rich. A great source of protein and wealth for redistribution.
Stomp some fascists if you get a chance.
It's fun. It makes the world a better place. A lot of us carry a kaiju crapload of trauma through our lives. Give yourself permission to deal with it at your own pace.
Oh, God.
We all have our ways to cope with the rough times. Best thing we can do is be there for each other. Seek professional assistance to help deal with problems in your life if you can. Memories are worth more than shiny stones. Chase the things most important in your life.
When did this become a group therapy session?
Oh, shut up, Carrie. Therapy helps a lot of folks. I do really enjoy this feels like the next logical step if this does not end is we get the like 90s movie dance party with all of the characters slash cast.
I assume that like Illumination and Dreamswork movies still have that. It's been a long time since I've seen any of them, but like no judgment there.
Where were we up to?
Oh fuck, there's more. Thanking the folks who made this all happen.
Thank you, Luis Abadias, who gave us our monstrous forms. Thank you to Guitar Bard for the rocking soundtrack. Thanks to the other wonderful artists that contributed to the game, and to our awesome testers.
Damn right.
Of course, thank you all for playing, supporting the game, and all your encouragement. This was a big project, and y'all made it happen.
If you feel up for it, maybe give the game another play. Who knows what you might learn about our world.
Enough perhaps for a sequel?
Where they kiss?
That depends on how well this one sells. Gotta keep the artists fed, so they can illustrate mature scenarios.
It's so earnest. I feel like I'm being mean, but I'm like, until next time.
Stay safe. Look after yourselves.
And each other. You are not alone. So, Kaiju Noir.
Kaiju Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Oh, and now the title's in color. How nice. Ah, man. And which timed pretty well with
how normally we run, actually.
How long we normally go. But I think hopefully we have time to talk about the game. Now that it's over, how did it go?
I mean, I'm impressed with this. I think it is a very I mentioned this like in the mild break that we had. It's a very like slow burner. Well, not slow burner. There's definitely plot happens faster than some other games we've played, but it's a very understated kind of quiet visual novel with not necessarily a drone style soundtrack, but something approximating. So it's kind of like
pretty close. Yeah,
it's very I'm engaged, but also all of that stacked together is a little kind of like, ooh, woozy making, which is an interesting feeling for a game that's in this kind of energy. It's like, oh, it's a noir game, but it's also like this very drone dreamlike game, which is an interesting combination of two. I liked the monster designs a lot. I think the monster designs are all very fun. I think I mentioned this at the end of the last session where I was like, oh, one of the things I was very excited about in returning to it is like, oh, as we go and meet new monsters and what the fuck they look like, because some of these are wild, and then thinking about it in retrospect and kind of seeing what they're all like inspired by, because the lore is definitely inspired by like Predator, like the Aliens versus Predator, those kind of...
yeah. I think it does also have a little bit of facehugger to it, but definitely very Predator.
In terms of the story, I like how it developed. It felt like a proper classic noir where everybody's kind of like, we're allies, but I still need to betray you. And characters just getting the shit beat out of them, which is actually kind of uncommon for most of the games that we've played, even when they frame themselves as being noirish. This one's quite... grounded in the descriptions of physical violence, which makes it like feel a bit more visceral, and I appreciated that. The point about kind of like, oh, Max and Rax are related, and the actual direct evidence of such is not something that we could have caught as players, makes me go like, all right, fine. But I kind of have a bit of an issue with Act 3 and the kind of like museum heist thing. For one, there seems to be a change in tone where they're all there and they're all like bantering with each other when they're in what assumedly is a relatively tense and time pressured situation. And I'm like, that feel this level of banter should either have been kind of throughout. It feels a bit jarring for it to be now. The mob boss lady is clearly supposed to be an evil, like, she has the world under her thumb kind of person, but it's all very informed. Rather than, I think that's what like TV tropes or whatever calls it, is like an informed ability. You never actually see her do any oppressing or use her wealth to fuck over people. It's more Carrie being like, she sucks, and we're like, okay then, fine.
Aside from her sending goons after you,
yes,
and that's not even quite like, that's not systemic oppression or anything like that. Or...
No. And just the kind of like, I actually weirdly have issue with Carla being like, I know cops are bad. I'm realizing it now that I'm working for them and leaving isn't easy. Maybe I can do the best I can while I'm in it. And then being like, fuck restorative justice, I'm gonna kill this bitch. It feels really jarring to me. If you're like, oh, the way that cops behave and the fact that they'll just kind of use violence to kind of get what they want, but I'm going to do literally just that and not really feel bad about it either. I'm like, I don't actually like that. I think you should have more compunctions about that than the circumstances we're currently in. Maybe that's hey, this is a noir and these characters are complicated and they'll do things that don't align with their morals sometimes to get the thing that they want. Ooh, but I'm like, this kind of like has friction against the capital M moral you're trying to set out, and that bothers me. I don't know if that bothers you as much.
I mean, I don't think I am bothered by the like emblem of like old money oppression getting killed in the same way that I'm not going to be shedding any tears for any CEOs that get Luigi Mangione.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But I guess I kind of don't get how, like, Carla's arc does not quite make sense to me, because the way that the conversations she was having with our protagonist where they were like, oh man, fuck cops, you guys are all you guys suck for these reasons, And she's like, yeah, all right, what do you want? I was like, oh yeah, okay, so they have this kind of interaction a lot. And the way that she was like, now I've started to think about it, and I see that, you know, the scales have fallen from my eyes. I'm like, wait, what? Huh? What? I don't understand what catalyzed a change in her mindset so intensely and so quickly.
I guess it's seeing Kari injured when she cares about them. I guess, but it's not like it was.
I guess
not that we are children who are incapable of reading like meanings from text. But I wouldn't have minded if that was the motivation for that to be more directly explicit.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think also I kind of agree in terms of Act 3 feeling, shall we say, wobblier than the first two, where I think, I mean, part of it is like, having it feel like this is, you know, what is this, a heist film?
I assume those lines of dialogue are the bonus lines of dialogue because we chose to be like, oh, we're a film noir, like the movies, because there was like that personality check thing at the start, and I kind of did notice when those came up. So I was like, oh, okay, bonus dialogue, fun.
Absolutely, no, I get that. I'm less commenting on the fact that he, you know, that they were, you know, making media trope commentary, and more the fact that it did kind of pivot to a lot more of a heist narrative than a like noir mystery. And I guess it's fine for genres to pivot and all of that. You're never going to catch me being like, no, genre is absolute. I love genre. But as a heist, it was not a very interesting heist. And
God, that too, being kind of like all of the stolen artwork that she's gathered in this museum for generations, which was why I was kind of like, oh, they're British. This is like a reference to like the British Museum with a whole bunch of artifacts taken from countries without permission, and they are legally in a position where they are not allowed to return them as their excuse now. Which is true, by the way. They're legally incapable of returning all of those stolen artifacts back to Egypt.
That sounds super fucking hard for them.
But it hits different when they're like, these things are so valuable and we should return them to the communities that have them. Friend, pick up that statue and throw it through a fucking wall. I'm like, pick one. You feel, especially afterwards, they're like, oh, we could just take some of these. We could just have them. Just like, that doesn't fix it. That doesn't fix that, actually.
Yeah, I think the attempt at moralizing the heist didn't work. Partially also because one of the things about noir is that there's it's a lot of shades of gray, and I feel like the pivot to heroism was, I mean, like, I say this, it's not like we had really, you know, morally dark protagonists from the start, but the intentions, I'd say they were not like superhero noble for all of this. But then having I think maybe what it is like the attempts at being noble in the first two acts were, you know, like, oh, okay, no, I'm gonna take on the case to find your sister. You don't have to pay me, or whatever, like something like that, which is quite like, hey, that's a great act, that is noble, but it I guess it still feels like it sits within character and
it's very specifically personally motivated rather than there being like a code involved, because they were kind of like, oh man, transition is fucking hard, I get it, so I'll help you with this thing. So it's rather than it being a, oh, I'll help anybody who asks me and they're in danger, there was a personal motivation driving them to do it. And I was like, that makes sense. Actually, I think what would have
Sorry, you. I think I stepped on your thought.
I appreciate that. There is also just the element of like the previous gestures at nobility were actually noble, and the heist stuff is being framed as noble. We are being told about the injustice, but I mean, as you were saying plenty of times, like they're openly talking about fencing this stuff afterwards. Like, it feels weird to make such a point about like looting the museum as a like morally positive act when there's you are stealing this thing to make a profit off of it. This ain't Robin Hood shit.
I wonder. It would have been I think it would have been a relatively small dialogue change, and then I think if Carla was still there after it, it kind of cements a thing where like Carla kind of like asks like, why are you doing this? Like, you know, I gave you this hint about the museum, but like, what are you actually doing? And then like Kari like explains to her. If it had the kind of like, this isn't a noble thing to do, but I'm fucking petty. She indirectly, through action, she has killed important people to people I'm helping, and that makes me fucking mad. So I'm going to get back at her in the most like dazzling way possible now. This was previously just for the money, and now I specifically want to fuck her over. If they like said that specifically, be like, you know what? Sure, you're letting your own emotions and personal hang-ups lead you to do something dangerous and stupid. Cool. But it's different when it's framed in a kind of like for the people. But still fun. I definitely had fun even across that. It feels like a nitpick, but it also is like, oh, it's the entire final act. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it feels like a nitpick to me, but I also don't want to frame it as like this, you know, this game is, you know, left in shambles or anything like that. I feel like this game's strengths, this game was strongest in the first two acts, but I don't think a weaker ending invalidates the strength of what's going on earlier, because it's not like there's mystery box shit that we were like, oh, I'm enjoying, you know, my enjoyment is really dependent on where this mystery is going to go. I mean, there is some of that, but like, you know, because I think we both cared about where it was going. But there's also just like, I also was like, hey, I really like these character designs. I think the character voices come through text pretty well. Most of the banter is like fine or fun, and you know, I also think I appreciated the thought that went into the world building. Trying to figure out how do you, okay, Kaiju Noir, how do you put these two things together coherently, and not just kind of hand waved away.
Yeah, taking the life of the human world back down with them, even though they would rather not, is actually a really funny world detail. I do wonder, because we did have a branching path choice that seems to have actually been significant in whether we spoke to Carla or to Xander about asking for help with the next steps of the thing. Because once we spoke to Carla, Carla was present throughout the rest of the game, and I don't think she would be there in the final act had we not told her about what was going on or what we were planning to do. So I wonder if the third act is notably different if we speak to Xander instead, and maybe Xander route is more tonally different.
Oh, sure, yeah. Huh.
Because I'm sure Xander would also have a way of getting into the museum being rich, but with different motivations too. I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. The words left my head, even though I read it on screen so many times. The villain
Carla,
of the piece.
Onikogi. Or
Yes.
Onikoga? Oni.
Oni.
The big Oni.
The big Oni.
Oni from Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, no, he has his own relationship with her, so like, oh, there'd be something leverage there. He would see the idol directly and would probably have feelings about that. It would probably be quite funny to have him watch the idol hatch into a baby in front of his eyes. He's like, no, 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 stop. Would be probably actually quite funny. I don't know if it's a thing you would check out in your own time, Rafi, but I do wonder what that side of the route might be like.
Yeah, I'm also curious. I also just wonder how many of the choices made affect things long term, including those tone decisions, you know, at the start.
Because most of those choices were ones where it's like, and they're definitely the kind of choices that I have written in visual novels before, where it's like, oh, it doesn't change the narrative, it changes this scene and then kind of connects back into itself again. It felt like that for the most part, and then some of them were even like, oh, actually, we're going to be looking at all of these options. It's not a choice in between. So yeah, I wonder, but. Any final thoughts before we kind of like close things out?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And this is partially for my own selfish reasoning, so to give myself an easier time when I'm going on backlog to write a review of this afterwards. How would you compare this to the last multi-session game that we played and finished, Detective Instinct: Farewell, My Beloved?
I was thinking about this. I think just by nature of stuff like budget and that, and the kind of maybe production time that kind of goes into these sort of things, I think this game did a very good job at keeping the story quite tight. A lot is happening that is relevant to the core mystery early and pushing things along. The chapters were all quite short, and it's like, that's actually quite cool for a visual novel. You get there's a lot to still read, but it goes at a pace. Comparatively though, I think Detective Instinct does a lot with its time in terms of cementing everybody's vibe quite well. And it's not just in how they're written or what they look like, but also they had the advantage of having like a theme for every character musically, and I think that helps quite a lot. I think how I feel about the characters in like the bartender, for example, if it didn't have the music that went with it, I probably would feel very different about him. Those kind of bits and pieces. Sure. This is definitely much more in the realms of it being a kinetic novel rather than a puzzle for me to solve. Whereas even though the kind of like, for the most part, the number of like, you actually need to solve a mystery here, parts of Detective Instinct were quite far apart, but they still did reward you for paying attention, making arguments with the bartender, and really kind of like paying attention to all the information you've gathered so far, working out the combination lock to a clue that you gathered like hours ago in the little jewelry box, I thought was quite nice, because it sat in the back of my head being like, that's going to be relevant at some point, but I wonder when. It felt really like intentional, the way that was nice. And this game doesn't have that because there's no real scope for that kind of pulling out how much you're paying attention to bits and pieces. I think they're different games in that kind of way.
For sure. I think if I may be highly reductive for a moment.
Sure, go ahead.
I think Detective Instinct is definitely a more polished game that has like more polish and kind of just more budget behind it, insofar as, you know, there's more music. I think the music is a lot stronger. There are a lot more unique character portraits, backgrounds, da 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 da. I feel like this game is, I'm remembering the like real narrative, like at the very end of Detective Instinct, how the like theme of self-sacrifice felt like it was like, just like leaving us going back over everything that happened. Like, wait, but you don't mean that, what? And part of me kind of feels like these two games, and again, I am being so overly reductive here in saying this, I feel like these two games are roughly equivalent in terms of like quality, I guess. That's
sure.
I don't know if I like hearing myself say that, but
yeah, I guess in that kind of way of like every so often there is the kind of discussion about narrative video games being about things. Depending on who you ask, people talk about Final Fantasy VII not just as a game that's like, oh, it's the first 3D one that captured loads of people's attention. Some people would argue that FF7 was one of the first Final Fantasies to be about a thing because it was specifically like an environmental message across a lot of it. You play as eco-terrorists for a really precise reason. And sometimes you play a game and be like, that was a great time, but if I was to try and think about what its perspectives on the world and the human condition, or however you want to put it, it's like, I don't actually get I don't get a very good impression about whether they were writing this game with their particular views on the world or the community or whatever in mind. And this game was very specifically written to be about things. They took 10 minutes at the end to tell us specifically what things if we didn't get it, which was cute.
It feels certainly like 10 minutes. I expect that, just to interject very quickly, I do actually appreciate that ending bit, if at the very least just knowing how many people are so good at missing the points of things. So it's like, yeah, I get that. It's probably fair to put that in.
Yeah, I found it delightfully earnest. Like, yes. Unnecessary, but earnest. I appreciated the fact that they were like, hey.
Overlong for my taste, but also maybe not meant to be all read aloud.
Yes, true. That is what made that take longer. Whereas,
but anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Detective Instinct. You know, I think it felt when we were kind of discussing at the end of Detective Instinct that its perspective on like, oh, the best way to atone for mistakes that you've made that have hurt other people is to self-martyr, I don't think was something that the writer intentionally went in to cement. It's just how they feel, right. And it like leached into the narrative incidentally, whereas this feels very intentional with what it's trying to say. And that, I think, is really strong in Kaiju Noir's favor. I think ultimately, if I was being like, I think I enjoyed Detective Instinct more as a game, but there's things I really enjoy about both games, I guess. But this is the discussion about like, ooh, ranking games against each other in numbers or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I think I would agree with that. Some of my feeling like I enjoyed Detective Instinct a little bit more is probably due to the fact that I was voice acting this, and this was a shockingly exhausting game to voice act. I think probably in no small part due to the fact that there needs to be so much more punctuation. It is crazy go nuts. But anyway, still thumbs up. Kaiju Noir, cool. And
if you thought this game was neat, I would recommend go finding it and seeing what the other routes could be, because I feel that there is definitely other routes you could see in it. So if this whets your appetite, go and check it out. And maybe if you really enjoy it, go post in their comments about a sequel and how much you want those monsters to kiss each other. And I say that being kind of like, oh, Kari and Alex should be in a relationship. It is important to me at the end of the other side of this.
They're just parents. They're just parents.
Just parents. Just parents.
Why would parents be in a relationship?
At no point did Alex be like, oh, I'm not a parent, this is your kid. He immediately was like, and I'm raising this child with you. I was like, that's precious. The discussion didn't even need to be had. Alright, sick. Let's go and get a raid going, shall we? I have a feeling I may be punished for doing this because it seems they've been streaming for 7 hours. But Farmer Gadda, friend of the show, fellow tabletop RPG enthusiast, is currently hard crumping in Hightail. And they raided us the other day, so I feel that we should return the favor. We're going to go and get that guy.
No, I think that makes sense. I have attempted to load okay, yeah, I do believe they are still playing.
They definitely seem in the middle of it rather than stepping or winding down. So we'll go and send them over. I have been your androgynous android late night DJ caster.
I have been your amazing agender avian co-host, Raffy the Owl.
And this has been the Neoncaster Twitch channel. We'll see you anon, everybody. Have a fabulous weekend. Farewell.
Bye-bye.